Lord of mercy. That's my new. I'm doing the. That's my bounty killer.
I'm into it.
It's a little bit more reserved for the Macaroni Mansion.
I'm into it.
Lord of mercy.
Yeah. It's heavy.
You know what I mean?
Filomeno.
Not Filomeno.
Who the fuck is Filomena?
He was in my 10th grade algebra class. We cut school and went to Dunkin' Donuts together.
You and Filomeno?
Yeah.
God, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Filomeno's in jail right now.
He's doing a few bullets.
It's a long story.
Pray for
Yeah.
Filomeno.
We pretty much knew it. We pretty much knew in high school he was going to the joint.
He was going up the river.
You know everybody that's going downhill in high school.
It was a bad scene, man. It was a bad scene. What are you gonna
This
do?
is Sicko. What episode is this?
23.
This is episode 23 of the Broad Street Breakdown. That's the number of the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. Sicko, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Vin. How are you?
I got a little thing.
Little thing?
Yeah, thing with Tootie.
Little agita?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a cramp. I could be tapping, maybe. It could be.
Don't tap on air.
I could be
It's
tapping.
not good for ratings.
I got a chest gimmick. It hurts.
That's the worst.
But
I'm
you
all
know.
right. I got tattooed by Jackie Brown this week. That's my excitement for the week. It was fun.
How did that go?
Well, we had a good time. We had a splendid time.
Beautiful tattoo.
We hung out, went and had some dinner and some drinks afterwards. My good friend Amy Yates Wolfing. Yeah, it was a good night.
G-pop.
All I said was her name. That's it.
We are joined by the lovely.
Much talked about
Yeah,
The often discussed.
mystery partner.
the boss.
Come on, you're with me tonight.
The boss.
Say hi.
The miss.
Hello.
There it is.
Can that is that like she manages the assassins?
Yeah, hard.
Right?
Like Paul Ellering.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm into
It's
that.
a lot of work.
Paul Jones.
with boobs.
Right.
I mean,
Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
yeah, with bibs.
Yeah.
Olivia Humperdinck. Olivia Humperdinck, how are you tonight?
I'm good.
Can you hear the Kathleen on there?
Hump or dink?
Is that
Fucking hell, man.
He does not disappoint.
Professor Jiggy, what's the word, man?
Living high off the hog again today.
Is that the proper way to say that?
Living high off the
High
hog.
off the
Eating,
hog?
eating
Is it
high,
high-
off, eating high off the hog. That means you're eating a good part of the pig. In my opinion, any part of the pig is good.
I mean,
I think it's on the hog.
No,
So-
eating high off the hog. On the
yeah, look
hog.
that up.
Kathleen,
would you?
look that up.
I'm with Gavin.
Since our Google guy just doesn't do his job no more.
I
yeah.
get this thing, man. I got a gimmick going on. It's
Let me
like
s-
in my back, but
You
I'm
gotta get
catching
it-
a heart
You
attack.
gotta get a tennis bell. Put it on there.
Yeah, I need. Yeah,
How
I
do you
need,
walk on your back during the break?
I need like the Chinese gimmick.
Shiatsu
No,
or
you
something.
get
You
it-
need the
you get a
shiatsu
tennis
massage.
And pin it on.
You put a tennis bell in your
Like
back.
a Spalding or a Titleist?
And then
What do you
you
need?
fucking do the deal.
Like
we,
a
have,
Spalding?
we have a ruling. It's high on the hog.
Of course. it is.
Eating high on the hog, I say. That's the good part of the. That's the top quality. Probably the ham, not the pork part.
think you said
Oh,
all
gee.
Eating low off the pig.
Eating, I'm eating square off the chicken. Sicko, write that down. Eating square off the chicken.
Jesus.
Oh, gee. What day did the Darth Vader gimmick come?
Wednesday.
So we were all wrong.
All
Yeah.
wrong.
It was right about when I was gonna call him, and it came Wednesday, and then like 15 minutes later after I got the mail, I was sitting here with Rennie.
Okay.
I get a phone call from a number I don't know. I'm like, hello.
You
And
answered it?
I did. I have to
Never
because
answered
I have to because sometimes it's work related.
Those give me the anxiety like nobody's.
Oh, I'll answer a call.
Oh,
You'll be
I,
sorry. You'll be sorry you call me if it's going the wrong way.
yeah, I'm no selling the call.
Many a call has been sorry.
Many a caller has
Yes.
has tucked their chain after you.
Yes. So they call me and they're like, "Hey, I thought they were we're from blah blah blah," and I was like, "Oh, cool." I thought they were confirming that I got the deal. They're like, "Where is it? We haven't gotten it back yet." I'm like, what the
What?
fuck? I got it 10 minutes ago. Literally, like I walked to the mailbox, came back in, sat down, and you called me. Like I didn't fucking sleep. I didn't have a chance to do nothing.
Right. I thought you were they were bestowing the Darth Vader on you for life.
Well, this is the test to find out if I need the Darth Vader thing.
Oh, right. So they need to know
Right.
whether or not you're gonna tap.
How many
Without
times
the
he
gimmick.
stops breathing?
Yeah, it monitors your sleep patterns.
Okay.
So then it says, yes, you do need it. If they say, yes, I need it, then insurance will cover it.
Sith
All
or
right.
Jedi
If
is
they
what we're
say-
talking about.
If they say, no, you don't need it, I got a guy.
So this is the test of the Sith.
Yeah.
You got a CPAP guy?
Gotta see.
I do,
course you
oddly
do.
enough. So,
It's called a CPAP.
Yes.
Yeah.
What does that mean,
I don't know.
No idea.
Kath?
Central.
Yeah, don't you work somewhere where there's sick people?
I forget the
So it
exact-
came, yeah, I do too. So it came Wednesday, and
Wednesday.
I did it Wednesday night and Thursday night.
It was
Did you
the
take pictures of your?
No. Jackie said it was a fucking scene, though.
I wish you took.
So
pictures.
there's a-
Why didn't
okay.
you take pictures?
I'm disappointed.
You should wear it right
I'm gonna
now.
tell you what. I already sent it back. They're on my back, man.
My back.
Here's the thing. Here's why pictures weren't taken. I'm thinking. I was in no mood for hilarity and fucking joviality. You know what I'm saying?
You were in the no room. You were in no mood for hilarity to ensue.
I was not happy.
You were. I mean,
There's a gimmick that goes around the chest. It's like it's like the size of like a Hershey bar. Like
Okay.
like a big Hershey bar.
All right.
That's connected to Velcro straps that go around, not your chest and not your stomach, like the place where you get the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah.
Goes around there.
Never happened to me. I don't know what
That's
you're talking
one.
about.
I'll knock the fucking wind out of you right now.
Out your sales, homie. So
Wow, man.
that-
Cut a promo.
we're cutting promos.
We
like-
are.
Yeah. Listen. It's like the Road Warriors.
Yeah, look.
So that's part one.
Right.
Then you got a nose gimmick that like you get oxygen, but you're not getting any oxygen. It's just it monitors how you breathe through your nose, which is not at all. What is this? I can't read that, Kathleen. It's too small. the fucking then you got a gimmick that you pit on your finger.
Oh, this is.
This is what I'm
Is
saying.
that the oxygen?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know
That's the
stuff.
pulse ox.
Right.
Okay. So I put all this shit
So
on.
the thing you put on your finger checks how
It-
your gimmick,
Your
your heart
ox-
rate.
no,
Oh,
it checks your
no?
oxygen levels.
All right.
Like when little kids have a asthma attack or something, they go in the hospital and instead of going through all the bullshit, they pit this thing on your finger.
But it's part
And
of
it-
the pulse. Vinny's right.
It's part of the pulse.
Okay.
You're right.
Checks your
So
I mean, my finger's on the pulse, man, of things and this conversation.
well done. So do all that, lay in bed, start watching The Office on the Netflix, and easily watch 72 episodes because I can't sleep. It's fucked. Last time I looked at the clock, it was 5. I got up at 8. Xavier had to wake me up because he had a gimmick I had to take him to. He had to wake me up at 8 so that I got 3 hours that night. Wednesday.
Right.
Shit show.
This is when we
I'm
talked.
in. So Thursday during the day, not having it. Like I'm in a mood, man, because I
Okay.
still got another night and I'm on fucking. Best case scenario, fucking 3 hours of
Yeah,
sleep.
you're on fumes.
Yeah. Thursday, same deal. Strap on the deal, nose deal, finger deal, blah blah blah. But I'm so exhausted.
Yeah, you're gonna
I
knock
slept
out.
like 5 hours.
Okay.
Package that shit up. Jackie sent it off. Blah blah blah. So we'll see.
So you may or may not become a Sith Lord.
I'm hoping too because
He is, and even if they say no, you got a guy.
I got a
Right.
guy. So
That's heavy. Black market gimmicks to help you breathe.
I got a guy who said to me, "I'll get you the thing right now," and I said, "No, I want to do the proper thing. Let me do the test and we'll see what's what."
I mean, you're not
the
scared.
test fucks me.
If they fuck around with
I make the call.
the Sith Lord, then business has to be dealt, and you might get an organ on ice if you need one.
I got a liver here. You need a liver?
Look, I don't know. Something's going on with my back. My
Yeah.
right ball hurts in my chest.
I can get a ball. That I can get.
Can you get a ball?
I can.
I need a right ball.
That's another guy though.
A different guy's got a ball.
Ronaldo. What was his name?
I mean, just massage it first.
The
I
guy
want to go
from-
get a new ball.
the guy
just like
from-
that.
The guy from high school. What was his name?
Filipino.
Filomeno.
Filomeno.
Filomeno's got balls.
Is it Phil and his last name is Amino?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
bad
Hardest
other
dude.
side of the
Philip-
track, Italian kid.
Yes. Philip Amino.
Yeah, Philip Amino.
His family was into rolls. They had a roll company.
He dressed like Ken Wall in The Wanderers.
Exactly.
He was like Richie.
Exactly. His family made the ravioli.
Philip Amino is now doing.
He's doing time, but
He's doing 7
but
years
he's
for
my-
embezzlement.
He's my ball guy, so I can call a guy who can contact him.
So when he calls you from jail, you can be like, "Look, Vinny needs a right ball."
I can't say it straight out like that, but
No,
I can
it's
say
talking
the
code.
things that you used to do.
You're like, "Look, my guy, he needs a right one."
Exactly.
How
You
do
know the things you.
How do you tell the right from the left if they're not attached? That's what I want to know.
Oh, Phil knows.
Look, Philip Amino.
If you're in that line of business, you know.
Yeah,
you
you're
know.
a sicko.
Sure.
Look,
Come on,
you're
man.
not in the ball business and don't
Yeah.
understand why things are. I mean, you know, if you need a right hoof, they don't know what
Right.
hoof.
Right.
They're not
Yeah,
gonna-
but you can look at a hoof and be like, that's a right, that's a left.
I'm assuming someone with knowledge of the situation
Yeah.
could differentiate.
Someone
Yeah.
with
between-
ball knowledge.
He knows all kinds of stuff. He can
knows all
get you.
kinds of
He can
stuff.
get you a heavy hanger. He can get you a fucking low rider, whatever you need, pal.
His father. His father's name was. It really all came down from Luigi Amino.
Yeah, Luigi
Lou
Amino.
Amino.
Well, he's the guy who
They
tried.
called
to,
him Louis Balls.
He's the, Louis Balls is the guy who tried to start the roll company, and it didn't work out so well
He started
because
selling
in Philly,
balls.
there you can get rolls everywhere. So he started selling. You know.
Yeah, he said, you
You
know,
need, you need a nut. Here we go.
yeah, Amoroso's and
Right.
you know, Sarcone's got it on Smash, so I'll get into the ball business.
Exactly.
Hence the name Louis Balls.
The ball business
And
will
then
bring in
Philip was on the straight and narrow until about 8th or 9th grade. And
seventh
Gavin
grade.
said,
When I got him starting smoking. And
Oh,
that was,
right.
that
That's
was
what does it. That's the
is.
and
first
then
step.
he turned the
Gateway.
corner, man, all of a
Yep,
sudden.
gateway. And
all
I
of a
was like, whoa, Phil, man, take it easy. Like, we're just catching smokes at Dunkin'
Yeah,
Donuts.
and
This motherfucker's doing crank down by the tracks.
A couple years later, cranked out.
He ain't lying.
A couple of years later, this guy's selling C caps and balls on the fucking market like nothing.
CK.
Like nothing's fucking. nothing's wrong with it.
Shit escalates like that very quickly.
It does. It all
Yeah.
started
Look, man,
with fucking
No, the
three.
game is
Look.
the game.
It all
Look.
started with 3 Marlboro Reds and hating math class.
Yeah,
And now
man.
it's
You
all
hear the
fucked.
stories, man. You take one hit off the pipe, you're sucking the glass dick.
That's it. That's it. That's it. You need a carton of Reds and a nut, please.
We all been there.
He's selling. He's slanging balls in jail.
Slanging
I mean,
balls.
it's needed in there.
Yeah, I mean, so you might get a ball taken off in the shower. Zip zip.
Gotta
Here
know.
comes Phil.
New and improved.
Yeah,
Better,
get me Amino. He's got bells in his
yeah.
gimmick on ice.
Better.
Better call ball. Wow. So go write that down.
Yeah.
Oh man, my fucking back is hurting me.
You want me to get the tennis bell?
Nah, man.
It'll help.
Nah, it makes me nervous.
What are you talking about?
I don't like it.
You got a muscle thing.
I need the pins.
Massage?
Acupuncture.
Acupuncture. Yeah.
You do that before?
Nah, my man Boogie did and said it like helped his whole shit.
The Jackie did it before.
And
She hated it.
because it didn't do anything or hated
No.
the yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I need a massage gimmick.
I got a guy.
Speaking of which, I just had a conversation with Jan about this, and he's like, yeah, this spot's real good, you know what I mean? It's legit and whatever. I'm like, there's not dudes in there, is there? And he's like, yeah, it's like men and women. I'm like, and you would let a dude massage you? He's like, yeah, I mean, what's the problem with that? And I was like,
My spot,
Well-
they ask you, and I'm like, oh, it's a girl.
no,
It
well,
will be a
let me
female.
not throw someone under the bus. He was like, they ask you, but this is him speaking, not me. He's like, they ask you, but I say I don't mind whichever is quicker. I mean,
Boff is about efficiency.
Well, listen. Everybody knows my feelings about the gays and whatnot.
Look, I don't think this has
I'm
anything
as-
to do with that personally.
Yes,
Do you?
I'm as open-minded as anyone in the world. You know this.
Of course.
Not having a dude do it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, what if it moves? That's the big question.
I'm not worried about that.
I'm
Yes,
not
you
worried
are.
about-
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I'm just,
don't
I
need-
skeeve.
I just don't need a dude to see my
I
flipping around.
They don't see nothing. It's always
I'll
covered.
tell you this. I skeeve being touched, like, in general. I just skeeve being touched, male, female, anything, let alone getting into, like,
I mean, sometimes you need that extra oomph with the when
Nah,
we do the deep
dude,
tissue.
I go to
we do the
this-
deep tissue massage. You need that extra
massage.
I go to this joint.
Have you had a massage by a man? Is that what you're telling me?
No, never.
So what? I mean, so
I don't need the extra oomph. I'm a little baby. You know what I'm saying?
I got a place that you go that is all females, and
oh,
these
I
motherfuckers are no, it's on the up and up.
I'm
And
sure.
these fuckers are these chicks.
Oh,
are
Jeffrey Son.
nah,
Little rub and
nah,
tug?
nah,
We know what
nah.
you're talking about, baby.
A little fluff
Continue.
and fold, sit and spin.
Are we going tonight?
Oh, go
Is
ahead.
it
Tell
gonna
your
be-
story.
Is it going to be me and
Go
you,
ahead.
motherfucker? Is that what's going to be?
Go ahead. So then I went to the spot, and then the girl.
Thank you. Yeah, they take care of business. They're strong as fuck. These broads.
Yeah,
That's what you need, Paz.
it is.
Yeah, you need that shit worked out.
I do.
Right.
It's a fucking deal, man. I'm. It's like killing me right now.
$100.
I did the gimmick last month because of my neck. Straightened me right up.
Well, from when I beat you up.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's been on the shelf for like 6 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, look, he can't take a beating like a man. I mean,
We're like Ray the Crippler Stevens. We took him
Wow.
out like
wow.
on the floor with the pile driver.
Valentine with
Jimmy
Roddy?
Jimmy Snuka and Ray Stevens.
hit him with the. What about Valentine
Chain match?
chain match when you asked him if it was shoot? Remember I had him on the phone, Piper. Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Like, what should we ask him?
Yes.
Yeah, and he said it.
Took a piece of his ear off.
Yeah.
That's,
Ugh.
that's heavy. man.
Serious.
Listen.
Well, yeah, when we were talking about the when we throw around topics for each week, Pablo had a great one. He actually had it last week, but we got sidetracked with the monstrosity,
That Gagortion of a list.
that monstrosity of a Rolling Stone punk rock list.
Well,
yeah. But
before
we
we
get
start,
into that,
yeah.
you pit it over, man, because
Okay,
you're
so
good at the cutting the promo.
you know how we've been telling all you motherfuckers to download and write reviews on the iTunes and ratings and whatnots, things, stuff. Well, we have something to tell you guys that we got a little bit of an announcement in a little bit. So after the break, we're going to tell you a little announcement that is a direct result of things that you guys have done for us.
Could be announcement coming up.
Could be big news. Big news.
Wow.
Listen.
I mean, you just pit it over, man. I couldn't have done that better.
I'm saying, like, look, man, motherfuckers did what we asked them to. Things happen.
That's right.
Things happen, and we're going to reveal that in the second hour. It's like the mystery opponent. It's like,
wow.
yeah.
Are you
Even where
are
the
you saying-
graphic is, there's
Yeah.
just the outline, the silhouette of the
yeah,
body. Because
yeah.
That's what's
In
happening right now.
82-ish, Dusty was getting beat up by Ivan Koloff and whoever he was with. This is pre-Nikita.
I was gonna say Nikita, and then I realized
Yeah.
it was like 3 years.
Dusty
away.
went and got a mystery partner. You dig? This is in Georgia. And for most of the show was a big box with a sheet over it. And Dusty's mystery partner was in that box.
Oh, I'm not
and,
mad at
and
that.
halfway through the thing, he does the reveal. And it's Abby. And Abby came out and fucked everybody up and then turned on Dusty.
I do not remember this angle
Yeah, it
or
was
deal.
hard. Georgia.
So we were getting that here, huh?
Yeah, TBS, man. 605.
So I thought 605 was NWA.
Well, Georgia was NWA.
Right. Oh, yeah, they were. Yeah, they were one of their
Yes,
territory. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, the one of their territories. Yeah. So
So that's what we're doing. We're going to reveal the mystery partner at the top of the hour. 7:05.
Abby.
Yeah.
Abby
Abby's going to sit in on the podcast and then turn on us all of us
turn on
and
us
fucking
all.
stick us with the fork.
Yeah, and right in our forehead. So yeah, last week we were about to get. Well, I don't know that we can cover the topic in one night, especially how much it had to do with some of our lives. But we started before that monstrosity of a Rolling Stone list that I still have heat with.
Yeah.
Pablo had a really good subject. I'm surprised that we got 23 episodes without talking about. And that I can say skateboarding, but it was skateboard culture in general.
Because there are some of us who were deeply affected by it who rode a skateboard literally one time in our lives and had no.
Are you speaking about yourself?
Of
here?
course I am. Rule number one in the immutable laws of nature is that hammers can't do physical stuff. Like hammers don't play sports, hammers don't skateboard, they don't.
Sicko, look, you have to explain to the non-Philadelphia folk what you're from.
Hammer is our slang code word for metalheads, one of which I was in my younger days. And
Don't deny it, man. Don't deny it.
no, I fly that flag proudly.
I don't know that you do, but I'm just.
But one of the shortcomings of being a hammer is like you just don't.
Oh, there's
One of the many.
One
That's an episode right there.
Yeah, right.
shortcomings of the
Have a
hammer.
hammer, yeah, yeah. Where did
It's
the
in my
hammer
new
go?
album.
Shortcomings of the. Remember we were we were smoking in your apartment on South Street, and we were suited, and there was a
The fucking nature
zebra.
document. The zebra.
there was a zebra, and I was calling it Nature's Hammer.
The nature's
I was calling
hammer.
it Zebra, and the Nature's Hammer.
True.
But the zebra is the metalhead of the nature
It's
world.
true.
Jungle.
I think
Of
that's
the
true.
yeah, I don't know if
It's
they.
got the long flowing mane.
It's a flow. I don't know if they live in the jungle, but I don't really know where a zebra
I
naturally
think it's
lives.
like the
to be
African
honest.
plain they live.
All right. I mean,
there you
yeah,
go.
I'll take that because I don't know.
I mean,
I normally just tell him he's wrong, but I don't know whether he's wrong.
could be.
So could be.
He
The
could be right.
The African
Plains,
plains. he
yeah.
said.
They're
so
vast.
what you're trying to say is, while you were affected as a hammer, you
Right,
couldn't.
like skate culture was a huge part of my life. The music, the fashion, like anything you would think about of it. And for me, like, because I know we all spent a lot of time hanging out at Love Park. Made a lot of friends that I'm still friends with to this day. And I literally was on a skateboard once, fell and busted my ass, and was like, "That's it, I'm done."
I would pay any amount of money to see Sicko.
Oh, it was a horror scene.
To Sicko just
Yeah,
bust his shit. Man.
like no,
Not even be able to ollie.
No, there's
nothing.
Nolly.
Yeah.
Can't even
This guy
ride.
couldn't-
Like
Yeah.
can't
He
even.
couldn't stand on the board, man.
It's like when we would skate and that jock dude would be like, "Let me see that." If he's
Yeah,
playing
yeah, yeah.
basketball and he just can't even fucking stand on it. He's got no
Yeah.
balance.
Well,
Yeah.
my deal was what I figured out early to like serve any kind of slight purpose was I was radio dude, and what I did is I always made sure I brought my boom box to where usually if we were like hanging at a Gafford skating or Love Park or whatever, I always had the radio.
Yeah.
Because I always had tons of music back then.
Yeah.
And I would just be the dude like putting the JFA tapes in, putting the Life Sentence tape in, fucking whatever you could think of.
I know. The way I found it was, you know how they sold. I guess they still do. Like, I'll see them in the toy store. Like if I'm getting stuff for my son, just like a pre-made, pre-put together skateboard. You know what I mean? Like the gimmicks at the.
plastic ones.
Well, a
They're
little
not
bit
plastic, but they're
like
whatever.
a level above that. Like I saw kids on them associated that with skateboarding, and soon after realized that that was just a toy that they were given. I didn't realize there were levels to the shit. You know what I mean? And then that's when I started meeting kids who really skated, and through that is how I met y'all. You know what I mean? But even that, there was a huge turn there because of the music I was seeing in the skate videos I was getting is what initially piqued my interest. You know what I mean? Because my exposure to music that that was outside of the mainstream was just purely metal. You know what I mean? Through my brother. So like, I didn't hear stuff. I remember hearing y'all remember Fire Hose?
Sure.
Yeah, I remember like the Dear Captain song. Not as Corpus was my favorite skater. And I guess like 87, his part on Wheels of Fire, the Santa Cruz video, blew my fucking mind. I never saw dude Ollie. I knew what Ollies were, but do you remember that video? Pete?
Oh yeah.
Like his part it's crazy that it's gonna be 30 years old. That video, next year.
Yeah, he exploded on the scene.
Yeah, it's 29. It's 29 years since I saw that part. Seeing the shit he did, the shit he got off on there, the shit he landed, how crazy, how big his ollies were for then. I mean, of course, 30 years later, it doesn't look as crazy. And then hearing the music, like all those parts, and then bumping into y'all, shit all came together for me at the same time. And skating was a huge part of that. And also getting around too, man, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like I would learn tricks because I'd have to skate to meet y'all, and that would be mad far. You know what I mean? Just so as you're skating along, you just try shit and end up eating shit on your own. You know what I mean? But
yeah, and you're also exploring and finding stuff to skate on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or your other boy says like, "Oh, by my house there's this crazy curve,
absolutely,
or this
man.
crazy dip. Come here," and then we'd spend all day there.
Absolutely, trying to land something on that, no matter how long it took. Yeah, I mean, I also, when you said he exploded on the scene about Nodis, like I also remember like anything that blows up, it happened with gangster rap, it happened with punk rock, it happened with metal. Once people feel like it's seeping into the minds of kids or into the mainstream. Like, do y'all remember when they were losing their minds that his name was Satan in reverse?
Yes. Yeah.
Like they were trying to, and he would. I forget. He was from somewhere. Well, his parents were from somewhere weird in Europe, and I remember they liked the name Natalia, but they had a boy, so Nodis was like the male version of Natalia in their native tongue or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So they blew that shit out of proportion. But I thought I remember at that age being like, yo, his parents are on some devil base.
Craziest. Yeah, crazy.
And they named him the verse of Satan. This is Illmatic.
Yeah.
If I was him, you know what I mean? I guess he wouldn't know how to work it. Like I would have been like, yeah, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have worked the devil bit. I would have Kevin Sullivan the whole shit. Like coming out on some real,
robes and
Wearing Slayer and Venom shirts.
Yeah, I would have skated in a robe with the hood on. And Red Devil bits.
that would have been heavy.
Yeah,
man.
with the
Cowl.
I wouldn't use my leg to push the board. I would use
The
I would use the pitchfork
Not the pitchfork.
with an arm.
That's
like I was
heavy.
rowing a boat, left, right to push the
Cool.
skateboard. P, how did you
skate across
you
the
remember,
river
like-
Styx.
Wow. Do you remember how you stumbled upon it, or what? Like,
We all with Q and everybody we freestyled first. So like Rad came out and we
Yeah.
were all on the bikes at freestyle. Bike was just like bike tricks or whatever. So we did that for like a year and a half, and then Q showed up one day with a skateboard. He's like, "We're done with this. We're all skateboarding." And I was like, "I'm not really feeling that." So like I held out for 6 months, and then I was like, "All right." He's like, "Look, I'll give you a deck because I know you're broke. Here's a deck. Let's start skating." And then like a couple months later, we met everybody else. Like
did you
this.
ever pay him for that deck?
No.
Plus.
He had a paper route, so he always had
Continue.
money. He was like those kids back in the day. that
Yeah,
always
I
had-
mean, there's always
so,
yeah.
So that summer, I think I met everyone that I've been friends with ever since. Like, because that was the explosion of skateboarding.
Yeah,
so like,
yeah.
And we didn't even go to school yet, so we all met all summer, skated all summer, and then the depressing day came where we're like, "Oh, what school are you going to?" And nobody was going to my school, but like 2 people.
Right.
And I was like, "This is whack."
Yeah, I remember you telling me this. How like there was basically this one street that like divided your neighborhood
Yeah.
between who went where,
And I
right?
couldn't
Isn't that
get-
kind of
yeah,
what
yeah,
you told me?
Yeah, I was like 2 blocks
Because
away.
I remember asking you, why didn't you go here with this guy? And you were like, yo, there's this like weird thing where
Yeah,
it's this one block.
now
separated.
now they don't care anymore because the Catholic schools are so the population so low.
Yeah.
They allow you to go anywhere you want to go
because
now.
they just need your money.
Yeah, they figure out the logistics of the bus later. But yeah, I mean, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I mean, it was an eye-opening experience meeting skateboarders. And you also met the music at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they were like, here's skateboarding and here's an Exploited album and a Dead Kennedys album. This all goes together. Whatever clothes you're wearing, forget that clothes. You have to wear this clothes now. And I was like, this clothes is dope. Like, this music's dope.
This clothes is dope.
He said,
Puts his-
there it is. He did it. He's like, oh, became it. I mean, yo, man, he's consistently off the rails, man.
Jesus.
It really is amazing, man.
God bless him.
But like, well, I mean, we are way younger than dudes like Jay Adams, Stacy Peralta, Tony Alva. Like, do you think the second, when they talk about like the second wave of hip hop, you had Cold Crush and those dudes, and then the stuff that really leveled us was PE, EPM. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that second wave. Do you think the second wave that we were a part of is what really put it in the stratosphere? Because obviously dudes were skating way before that, but I don't know.
It was a real West Coast thing, and I think during that wave, it hit the East Coast, and then that must have been it hit everywhere because it just was a ripple effect across
those
the
dudes
country.
were skating pools and shit, and like it wasn't and still isn't like something prevalent here.
Yeah, I mean, I was rocking Vans, and people were still like, "What the fuck is on your
No,
feet?"
absolutely. I mean, what I'm saying is the wave that we caught. I'm not saying it was mainstream. I'm just saying like Jay Adams and them dudes. That shit was like there was probably like 200 dudes in the world doing the shit at one time, and then the second wave came, and I think whether it was like the advent of the VHS and stuff like that
It probably was before that, man. It probably had something to do with just like hobby shops carrying big boards because it was a new item to sell.
Yeah,
the big
yeah.
skateboard.
I mean, I do think though the skate videos blew shit off though.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, those things
I
were
mean,
like,
as silly as Back to the Future, where like Michael J. Fox is on the Veriflex gimmick.
yeah, but I mean, it's not silly though, because little things like that trigger shit, man. Like heads were like, oh, everybody tried to grab the back of a car after that movie and ate shit. You know what I mean? Because it looked sweet. I grabbed onto the back of one of the.
Well, go ahead. You're telling a true story right now?
Yeah, this is a real story. Right. You know the creeper vans, like the mystery van?
Yes.
You know how they have on the
ladder,
on
John.
the back? I grabbed onto that, and like as the board sped off, it like ripped off in my hand. And I was holding, well, I'm in the wrong, you know what I mean? I'm holding the gimmick and flying down the street, and just, son, I ate shit like crazy, man. I still don't know if the dude was like, it's worth losing my ladder to see this, you know what I mean? This fucking little kid take an L, or if he wasn't aware at all, and it just.
I mean, usually heads in conversion vans didn't care about much.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It wasn't. I mean, I would say it wasn't new, but I've never seen a new conversion van.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to ask
Every
you.
conversion van is like an '83.
I mean, you might have had a new airbrush on the side. That's about as new as you're
A
getting.
new unicorn with riding a rocket.
Yeah. You might have had Ricky Rocket, airbrushed on there. Maybe the singer of Jackal or something airbrushed on there. But
Not Jackal.
Oh, gee, what are your thoughts on the matter, man? Because I don't remember seeing you skating.
No.
But you were around heads because that's how we met.
I've never been on a skateboard in my life. Not once. Sicko has more experience and he has next to none.
So Sicko is like, you're telling me he's not as corpus to you.
Yes.
Compared to you.
Yes. I am. I've never even been on a skateboard. But the value of that subculture in bigger picture of punk rock it cannot be denied. It's all connected, especially West Coast. Those dudes you were just talking about, Jay Adams and Tony Alva and those original fucking Dogtown dudes were all part of an important part of a California punk rock stuff.
And they were heavies.
Yes, and not the original wave of it, but the wave that to me that matters when you
Yeah.
start getting into Black Flag and you start getting into the circle jerks and you start getting into all that
Yeah, well,
first wave of quote hardcore
the
stuff.
way back the episodes we had when you were discussing how gooned out TSOL was in the beginning.
Yeah, that's
you know.
all surf skateboard culture from California, which
Like you were getting jigged at Venice Beach by them dudes. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
which then turned into or commingled with gang culture in Los Angeles,
Yeah.
which is why in the early '80s there was such a huge problem in a lot of punk rock shows because it was intertwined with gang culture.
Yeah, shit getting shut
and that's
down.
just California shit.
Yeah.
But that stuff they were doing it differently than it was happening on the East Coast. But there was influence from that to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Like you'll hear a lot of those early DC guys, you know, the Iron Cross guys and Rollins and Ian and them dudes. When they went out to California with the Teen Idols, they saw the way it was done out there
And then came
brought back
Yeah.
that stuff. And they were also taking certain aspects of the skateboard culture stuff.
Absolutely.
Because it just wasn't sort of happening here that way to the extent that it was over there. So to them, that was what punk rock was. But it had progressed from a weird sort of 70s thing into, well, what are those dudes listening to? They're listening to Ted Nugent. They're listening to anything hard, old
That's
Aerosmith,
kind of
old
what I asked
whatever.
Pablo about the wave. You know what I mean? Because you had these dudes who, again, are much older than us, like closer to my. Some of them are older than my brother. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
Who's about to be 50. Like to me, what you just described manifested itself when you're talking about gang culture, when you're talking about white, black, and Latinos involved in the gang culture, and then this violent music. I mean, I'll call it violent because I don't think that's a bad thing, but whatever.
Yeah.
I look at Mike Muir as the manifestation of all this mutant baby of gang culture, cholo shit. LA
He was-
punk
he was
rock.
the younger brother.
He was the little brother who
And
was
took
the
it-
baby that took it all in.
Yep.
It was like, I'm going to start a punk rock band, but my guitarist is going to be black with a Jerry curl. But we're going to do songs about skateboarding and then make light of being institutionalized. And
They, along with a lot of other bands out there, all of them had a crew, which then grew into legitimate gang stuff.
Yeah.
You know, they were with Venice Hooligans, which was then went to V13, which is then it just got bigger and bigger and bigger, and that a lot of that, like I said, a lot of that was all intermingled with the Southern California, especially punk rock stuff. San Francisco was a little bit different.
yeah, I was going to say the DK story. Is so,
San Francisco was more like arty,
Yeah.
for lack of a better way of putting it.
I don't think that's the wrong word. I think it's the right word.
Southern California, fucking Thunderdome.
Thunderdome, man.
Like those motherfuckers were not fucking around. And me and Rennie were just talking the other day. Like this is 82, 83. They were getting 10 to 15,000 kids at shows. Like huge fucking shows.
I'll be honest, man. I like to consider myself an aficionado. I didn't know there was
They
that
would
many
play
heads
like
there.
the LA Forum and the LA Civic Center and fucking
I didn't realize there
like,
was that many people.
like unreal numbers that we just weren't doing here. It was just
Yeah.
a completely different thing here.
Our thing was CBGB's, which if you were ever at, which we all were, it was the size of someone's living room.
Oh, it's tiny.
You know what I mean? I'm literally saying it's the size of someone's
Yeah.
living room, you know, with a bar. You know, clear out your living room and then imagine a bar and the most heinous bathroom ever to ever exist, and that was CB's.
It makes sense in a weird way that there was such a police hassle to punk rock kids out there because it was so fucking huge and it was so wrapped up with gang stuff. So the cops out there didn't know what the fuck was going
No,
on. It
of
was
course
this
not.
whole new subculture and this whole new thing. So it had the elements of gang stuff and it also had elements of the fucking freak show that punk rock was, and then they're bringing 10,000 kids to see fucking Black Flag play. It's like, what the fuck is happening? We got to
there
fucking
was
put a stop-
confusion on their end.
Yeah,
of like,
absolutely.
well, if these people are all together, but these kids are just skateboarding, but these dudes might be packing a pistol. It's like you said, it's Thunderdome. You know,
From
what I
the
mean?
cops' point of view, it was like, because, you know, they don't know enough to make the distinctions, but it was every bad element from every
Yes.
subculture
Yeah, Like a
was
super-
now all
a
coming
super,
together.
a super fucking gang.
It was
Right.
a mutant. It was a
And-
mutation
Yes,
gang
yeah.
of everything that we think is
right.
unsavory.
And
basically.
because now there were actual like hardcore shows,
Right.
There, it wasn't just pockets of people here and there doing skating, fighting, whatever. Now it was everything all at once, and it was all in one location.
Yeah.
too.
Well, I wanted to just real quick something you said made me think. Do you think? And before everyone jumps down my neck, because it seems like impossible that they wouldn't have been as important. But if the dead Kennedys were in L.A., is there any chance that they would have gotten lost in the shuffle? Was location important for them because nothing hard was coming out?
If anything, I think San Francisco was a hindrance to
Yeah.
them.
Okay.
I think they would have been even bigger had they been
Yep.
whatever.
I agree
Because
with
the
that.
distance between L.A. and San Francisco is huge.
It's
and-
far.
and
It's like a 6. I've done that drive too
Yeah.
many times.
there's
Unfortunately,
cool there's cool bands that came out of San Francisco at the same time.
Don't forget how different it is culturally too. You
Sure,
know what I'm saying?
but
Like,
that's Biafra. Like Biafra is that guy. He's an art guy. He's theatrical. He's this that.
Yeah.
He's not a thug. You
Yeah.
know. And there's plenty of videos of Biafra fighting back in the day. It shows because you didn't
Yeah.
have a fucking choice when
yeah,
you were
that's
playing.
different. That's
But
different.
that Southern California shit was fucking gooned out all day long. Like,
It was almost like the music scene was an afterthought to,
Yeah.
to the gang culture,
Yeah,
really.
No, I was just thinking out loud with the DK thing because I was just wondering. I've wondered that before about things where you're at. You know, the right place, right time type of thing. It's like, was DK able to thrive because they were the only band that was that hard there? But both of you seem to think that they would have blown up more.
I think because they toured. That was what it came down to. It was between them and Black Flag were the two bands who went all over the country to little fucking places and planted the seed.
Yeah.
And that's why they are, in my opinion, as big as quote big
Well, they
as
made the
are.
decision that we're not doing anything else. They didn't do. They didn't. I know the way that I've conducted myself, my own career is like, I believe when you have a plan B, you're planning to fail.
Right.
I believe they took that. They had that philosophy. Like we're not going to work at coffee shops. We're not going to be janitors. This is what we're gonna do. If we make $75 a night and sleep at a kid's mom's crib, then that's what we have to do. But this is what we're doing, and I think other people just rested on their laurels and they're a footnote because of that.
Yeah, and there might not be as much financial gain in that, but their importance can never be overlooked.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
they did by going out to these little shows and playing them across the country, being some of the first American bands to actually tour in that way. Of course you can say the Ramones and whatever, but for what we're talking about, they were the ones who went and sort of started it all over the country.
And started that underground
Even though
network.
things were happening in other parts of the country, it was still them they were the ones who were going out and actually doing it, as opposed to playing local shows in a
Yeah.
basement or whatever.
But I also think, to bring it around, like I think kids that were skating at the time felt comfortable going to these type of places as opposed to.
Well,
what
it was all the same thing, especially
Yeah.
in California. It was all skateboard shit, punk rock shit, your crew shit. That was all part of it.
But I mean, the thing is with me, which makes it weird, is there was something about it that once I found it, I knew things that didn't have to be taught to me. I knew it wasn't like, yo, I'm gonna skate and get my Nodus deck and then go see Billy Joel. There was something I knew that this is different. There was something.
It's a piece of the puzzle.
It felt like I was finding something. I felt like there was a trail of crumbs, and I was following the trail of crumbs.
Exactly. And when you get to the end of the trail, you got the whole picture.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
I
mean-
didn't.
I mean, by default, too, we were outcast, not like how skateboarding is so cherished now.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if you had a skateboard, they were like, get out of here.
Yeah.
Who are
Yeah.
you? You're a freak.
Yeah. Of
Like,
course.
so.
Yeah, and it was the same thing as being a punk. Like you were a freak, you were weird. Even if you only did one, either you were a punk or you were a skater. each one carried basically the same social stigma.
But it's all. But it's. I mean, even
For
down.
me, it's very.
It's subculture shit. Like I don't know if the specific word "freak" was used, but you were on some outcast shit if you were really into hip hop at this time.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So it was like all of these subcultures. It's why you had dudes.
The fuck, man.
It's why you had like Rick Rubin
Teacher,
is a
get it together.
manifestation of
Asshole.
what we're talking. You know, I said Mike Muir, and then it's like, okay, Gavin was saying it was heavy there. Like over here, I would look at like the East Coast version of the manifestation of being like a Rick Rubin who played in punk bands and loved punk, you know, and loved punk,
making
and,
records in his fucking dorm
in the
room.
NYU dorm room and making some of the best rap records ever, and then signing Slayer to, you know what I mean? So I think it trickled down. All of that shit trickled down culturally. You know what I mean?
One of the things too that cannot be overlooked or understated ever is the importance of Thrasher magazine as far as the proliferation of the culture. And like,
Yeah.
like things you were saying earlier of that kind of California style making its way back east, where it was like I forget what documentary it is where Henry and Ian are both saying like, you know, they went out there and brought it back like you said earlier.
Right.
But then you started having just like zine culture, like this sort of
Yeah,
de facto Bible sprang up, and it wasn't just skateboarding, even though that was the bulk of it. It was music, it was fashion, it was everything that kind of
Street art to me.
right.
Because, you know, I fell in love with skater boys as a teenage girl. Those were the first boys that I really kind of wanted to mess around with. And it was, you know, they were writing on things, you know, skating and tagging their boards and tagging the walls
And all these elements, kind of like for if you lived, say, in the middle of the country, or even if you lived back east, you know, pre-internet days, things like that, you know, you started to have like Trans World, Thrasher, and you could get like I know I discovered a ton of bands just from reading Thrasher.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
was
those
going to say the
ads,
same
the
thing.
ads,
I used to read
yeah.
Thrasher just for the ads.
Exactly.
I didn't give a shit about the skating
Same
stuff.
with me.
Other than the importance culturally.
Right.
I don't care about this new deck or this new fucking whatever. But you have an interview with Jay Adams after he got out of prison? Oh, like I'm in all day.
And what's he listening to?
Right,
That's now
right.
what I'm going to go look for.
Yeah, and the Thrasher and that format spawned the other shit. What, like you said, zine culture. It was I want to do that, but I can't afford full color glossy. I'll do it this way. That shit came out of punk rock. You know what I mean? And even the early stages of maximum rock and roll and stuff like that was. I mean, I can't say for sure. I never heard anyone say it. But Thrasher was the template for lots of shit that
Everything.
came after.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? In terms
Absolutely.
of like
Everything from graphics just to layout, even
yeah,
things
to
that simple.
documenting. I don't know off rip if I could name another magazine prior to that was documenting subculture or counterculture. I mean, maybe in its heyday, you could say Rolling Stone. You know what I mean? Because it once was
Well,
heralded.
yeah, there were
Yeah,
a lot of
when there was-
underground papers, like more associated with hippie type.
Yeah,
counterculture.
I was just gonna say the hippies had it right. Like
Yeah,
they
right.
did shit right, and then throughout the '70s, it all fucking fell off because
Yeah.
it needed the next generation to kind
Yeah,
of
but
pick
when
it
the
up.
war ended, they were like, "What do we do now?"
Right.
Right.
Because we have
Like-
nothing to.
We fucking get high and listen to fucking
Joe Jabroni.
yeah.
Well, before
Loggins and
before
Messina or
skateboarding, like I said,
whatever.
we were in the BMX, so there was BMX Plus,
Yeah.
and BMX Action. BMX Action was whack, but BMX Plus was heavy punk rock too.
Okay,
Like
I
that-
mean,
But
I'm not.
by the time we got hip, Thrasher had already been around for X amount of time, so
Yeah.
you just weren't hip to Thrasher.
Agreed.
Yet. You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like Vinny said, I don't know if Thrasher was the first one, but they definitely set a
They became the
standard.
most important one.
Right.
Most
they definitely set a standard.
I mean, it's the same thing like with fanzines. Fanzines have been around since like the 20s and 30s, and I mean they were what literally fans wrote about pop idols like Frank Sinatra and Fabian and all those like 60s icons. It was our thing that came along and it said, "Oh, I'm going to appropriate that
Yeah,
for a
of
whole
course.
different purpose,"
Of
and made it
course.
what it is. So it's kind of the same. I don't know, modus operandi, you could say.
Wow.
Yeah, a little Latin for you.
I don't hate that. Only because I understand it.
I think it's Greek. I don't think it's Latin.
Thank you. I think you're Greek.
Teacher Fonzie says.
Teacher
I
Fonzie.
mean, yeah, that's why earlier when he said about the nature's hammer, I didn't argue with him. It's
Teacher Fonzie.
But his Buffon isn't out, so he's just Pablo until I see
It's true.
that mane.
It's true.
Maybe in Act 2.
Your nature's hammer.
I'll give you a hammer, pal.
Hey-o.
No, I mean, yeah, I feel like I know for me, just me specifically, I know that just skating, and then it's sort of like I said, it was a trail of breadcrumbs that led me into.
I mean, the nature of it in itself is perfect with punk rock and other counterculture. I mean, skateboarding it's an act of rebellion. It's a continuous act of rebellion because mostly everything you do in it, places where you skate, you're committing an illegal act.
Yeah, I mean, remember this? You know, the skateboarding is not a crime.
Right. I mean,
It was that basically was like the mantra of my era.
Yeah.
The skateboarding is not a crime shit. Whether you would throw that up as a tag or get the stickers, you know what I mean? Because you were chased out of anywhere that was
anywhere.
dope.
Yeah.
You know, if it was an ill spot, a good, like Pablo was saying, you know, there was the Pizza Hut we used to skate. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, Barclay Square.
I've
Yeah, I
al-
mean, there's dope YouTubes out there right now of my man
YouTubes.
Bill Farrell was posted on my page of called like skateboarders yelling at angry people, and it's basically just comps of people saying "get off my property" and then being like, "No, what are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, I need to
I'm
see
calling the
this.
cops. Go ahead, go call the cops. Don't touch my camera." Like,
I
because
need to
after
see
a
this.
while, people were like, "Wait a minute,
That's
I
why.
have rights too."
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
fight it
yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's why I marked for that Mike V guy because he fucking smashes motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and give a
yeah.
hassle. I don't give a fuck what he can do with the skateboard, but he smashed a motherfucker like.
Valelli's a heavy man.
I'm down. I'm down.
And Kath likes him, so
She does.
Skate
and
Betty,
he likes the Smiths. So.
right? My little Skate Betty.
I've always been, I've always been fascinated by subculture stuff from the time I was a little kid, even things that I wasn't necessarily involved with. So I never rode a skateboard, but it doesn't mean that I can't take aspects of that to benefit my life, if you will.
No,
I'll steal. I'll steal a little bit from here, a little bit from here, a little bit from here.
look, man, that's all good workers.
Hodgepodge of degeneracy. if you
Not a
will.
hodgepodge.
See, you take a little bit of Nature Boy, Buddy Rogers,
You
a
know,
little Abby,
yeah, a little
a
bit,
little Brody,
a little bit,
and then
and then
Gooby.
you're Cactus Jack.
right, right. One of the best ever.
If not the.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, I guess we'll with all of that said, we'll take our first break. Is everyone all right with that?
I'm going to get pretzels.
You are.
Fuck yeah.
All right.
Second half.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Second half. Pile
Hot
of
pretzels.
fucking hot pretzels.
Whoa.
I mean-
That's a bold move, sir.
Every week I'm going to eat a new gimmick on the second half.
Yeah, well, you were having the cereal last time.
Listen.
Did you ever eat some tasty cakes?
Put that on the
No,
list.
but we can
Really?
stop at the fucking 7-Eleven. If you would make me gravy again soon, we could have some fucking gravy.
I think I'm gonna make gravy live on the podcast.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Breaking
I
news.
mean,
That's the big
Look.
announcement. I'm sorry,
That's
I
the big
ruined it. The
announcement.
big
Look.
announcement.
You were supposed to wait till after the break.
live gravy, tasty cakes.
Listen,
Yo, that would be
Pretzels.
ill.
we got to do it before summer vacation's over, though. I can't be eating gravy at fucking 2 in the morning and I got to take the kids. Like, I'll be all fucking bagged
Yeah,
up.
yeah, agito.
Oy,
Oy.
fuck.
All
But if I
right.
don't have to get up,
This is like next week's the last week, you know, and then
no, it's not. There's still fucking time. I looked at the calendar today. Yes, there is.
look at it again.
I fucking looked. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, everything's not fine, but
Next
that's
Thursday, Pablo's gonna be away.
No,
See?
no,
And then-
2
No,
Thursdays.
2 Thursdays. So this coming Thursday, gravy on the air.
D-Day.
Gravy on the air. Gravy on the air.
Gravy on the
You
air.
can't. You gotta work. What the
I
fuck,
can
man?
make gravy on the air and go to work.
For reals?
wow, he
I'm
just
like a
popped.
superhuman.
I mean,
Look, Yeah, I mean, you think I'm mad at that?
With meat bells too.
There's no other way to make it. For
Exactly.
It's not lying.
Don't
All
get
right.
me all fucking revved up.
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
if
not
I'm
gonna
all
happen.
sparked up
I mean,
and I
like,
don't smell Gravitz. All right, we're
so
going
you
to
could
give.
have wait, time out. You could have gravy ready for us by the second half of next Thursday.
if I prep it or start prepping,
whoa,
before you-
Look,
Wow.
man. I mean,
you could all be eating in Act 2.
Lion's laughing in the background. You
You
want to
kinda-
come and say hi, Lion?
he's got his cape gimmick.
Big
Love the
L.
Latin cape.
Kylo
yeah.
Ren gimmick.
Every week with it.
Say what's up, everybody. That's the Big L.
That's our executive producer right there.
Now I got to pay him a writing credit.
Yeah, he executive
Listen.
produces from across the room in his cape.
Listen,
He wears
you
the
want to come
cape.
say hello?
He wears
Jaylee
my
have it.
he wears my devil cape.
Yeah, he
Then
does.
he puts it on me and I skateboard with the.
He holds your pitchfork.
All right, we will. We're gonna get some soft pretzels from Washington Ave. We'll be back after this.
Goddamn right.
Cool.
Hey, this is Josh Shepard from Coheed and Cambria, also known as Weird Science. You're listening to the Broad Street Breakdown. Bunch of Philly gangsters.
Neither do I. I don't know what he's doing every week.
We're ready. I think we're doing
Do
the
a
trash.
thing. What
Oh.
the fuck?
We're just we're just talking like ice breaking,
Nobody's talking.
breaking ice.
All right, cool.
1, 2, 1, 2. we are back dude, with no help from Pablo.
See, Pablo, here's the thing, man.
Listen to me.
You should give us a fucking thing so that Vinny can say 1, 2, 1, 2, whatever the fuck he says.
A cue?
The
Yeah,
Lord have
that's it.
mercy. The Lord have mercy, or he doesn't do that
Yeah,
after the first break. Though
something.
he just says we're back.
Yeah, but we're just staring at
do
each
that
other
in
because.
five.
Carly, 3, 2,
Two.
and you don't
And
get
then
No, but see, we don't.
You gotta
What
do
you
the
don't
iCarly
understand is we have
song.
music come in that I can't play, so we have to imagine.
We know that,
music.
but we know we don't because you have the ability to edit.
Holy. Yeah. So
Welcome to our very first show ever.
Unreal.
pilot episode,
Unreal.
Varsity Breakdown.
It's not going to get picked up for pilot season.
Where's my movie, by the way?
We could do that one week. I have 1.5 episodes written, and I have another series too.
What's the other one?
I don't want to. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
Let's.
Am I in it?
You may be.
Am I?
I don't want to give it too much away.
I mean,
Can we
we
work
need,
on
we need
my
a teaser.
Okay.
Can we work on my series first? What the fuck?
It's
You
called.
said that fucking 7 months ago.
Here's all I'm going to tell you about it. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Oh, he's going into the other
There we
file.
go.
He's got everything in that computer, yet whenever we need something, nothing comes out of it.
I'm in the BSB Films document.
He really is.
Wow.
Holy shit.
All right, so
Where
we got.
Sicko and I purposely can't look at this computer because
Right.
We don't want
We know
to.
it's a dark.
So we
place.
know your story, OG, is going to be working titles Man of the People.
Nice.
Heavy story.
Yeah, yeah.
Heavy. Showtime's having a lot of interest in this.
It's in treatment.
Next one, I don't have. I have a blueprint ready, but here the working title is called Sheer Bliss. Are you ready for this?
Oh,
I don't think so.
Starring me.
What, back
starring
Of
me.
course.
Starring me.
Go ahead.
Okay, you'll know in a second. It's a brothers comedy. Me, Paulie Sheer Terror. He's Paul Bliss. I'm Barry Bliss. We're brothers. We're brothers, and we own a nightclub. And craziness ensues. And then an old mom yells at us every night at dinner. It's craziness. But anyway, that I haven't written down yet, but I have ideas, and we're gonna be going over that soon. The problem is,
You should call it Craziness Ensues. That should be
How?
and I played a straight guy. I'm Barry Bliss. I'm a straight guy, and like I want to do everything by the book. I
Guys
want the
named
club
Barry
right.
are straight.
you're a straight guy already.
And of course, Paul, he wants to do crazy stuff, and he's letting everything go in this fucking club, and I got to kind of straighten him up.
Now is
But
this,
then at the end, of course, he saves the day, and it all wraps up nice and nice
but
and
is
neat.
this like a series or like an 8-part mini series?
It's probably going to be probably going to be like 8-part Netflix. Is what
It's just one season and done.
I mean, we'll see what the people think.
So it could be picked up.
It could be picked up. Yeah, but well,
He just did the, when it's time to change, you got to rearrange. What the fuck is that gonna be? Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la-la, sha-la-la-la-la.
Poor Paul.
exactly.
Holy
But what I'm finding out is that
I'm sure you're finding
We're
out.
all
some
finding
They want-
out stuff.
they want younger actors. So me and Paulie might not be able to play these roles because we might be out of the age bracket.
So Netflix has told you we like what you're cooking,
Your,
but
your
we might,
demographic skewers
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
younger.
So we might have to just sell our
might have to-
likenesses.
you might have to recast, is
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
It's been done before.
It happens often with pilots.
So we'll see. But so yeah. So one week when we're stiff, we'll do Man of the People episode 1 and 2, and then we'll do Sheer Bliss.
Where do you find the time to come up with all this stuff?
I
That's
say
what
the same thing to
wonder.
myself.
I can only see one little part of his computer here, and it literally says
many-
Pablo dash Barry Bliss, Paul St dash Paul Bliss.
Go ahead, say it. Read it. Say it to the mic.
Two brothers live together.
Oh, y'all live together?
Quote, odd couple. and also run a club together.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
When did
Netflix.
Twisted.
It is.
Twisted.
It's a dark place. It's
Can
mine.
you imagine?
What's this called again?
This is Sheer Bliss because our last name is Bliss and
Paul
Paulie Sheer
Sheer
Yeah, so it's called
You
Sheer
get it?
Bliss.
Yeah, yeah. We.
I did not catch it.
I like that Pablo is Barry, but Paulie still stays Paulie.
He looks like a Paulie.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Can you imagine the pitch meeting?
You look like a Barry.
Barry did.
Barry.
He does. He looks like Barry.
Barry. Yeah.
Sheer Bliss.
I mean,
Dude.
See, I was.
I'm laughing already. See, you're laughing already. Instant hit.
Oh, we're laughing, pal.
oh yeah.
I was in
OG, do you want to follow up with our earlier gimmick,
So,
our teaser, if you will?
here's the deal. We are expanding, if you will. We are, because everyone has downloaded and because everyone has written reviews and done all the things that we've asked of you, we are now able to take this show to the next level. That next level is going to be, we're going to start at some point very, 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 very soon. We are going to have 2 shows a week. Not 1, 2.
Two.
This is probably going to change the day that the show drops, but we'll figure that out in the next 10 minutes probably. But the deal is 2 shows a week. It's going to be all solid shit. We're slimming it down a little bit, so we're not going to be able to give you fucking 2 5-hour shows a week. So they're going to be slightly shorter, but 2 shows, 2 shows a week, and that's from everybody downloading. That's from everybody writing reviews, putting us over. Now we have a little bit of freedom to sort of do more stuff. So if you continue to download, continue to write reviews, we'll get more results. We'll get more, we're working on this film clip thing, if you will. We're working on
gimmicks.
this. We
gimmicks
got
for
gimmicks.
days.
And we got big fucking plans, man. And this is the next step of the fucking big plan. 2 shows a fucking week. Fuck you want.
Spread the word.
And then, so we'll start doing some. Well, we're gonna start uploading video segments as well, the Dear Vin stuff. And,
Exactly. And this is Dear Vin, maybe Pablo's cheap gimmick, maybe the word association,
It's not a
maybe
gimmick. It's real life.
just a highlight of. Listen, man, don't cut the man off when I'm doing a promo. What the fuck?
He's in the middle of cutting a
He's
strong
shortchanging
promo.
me with the fucking Pablo gimmick.
You're lucky I mentioned it.
He pitted over.
Lucky.
Fucking put him over my knee. That's what I'll put him over.
The one, he's gonna pit me over his knee. The one who defends him every week,
Right.
And tries to fucking get into his fucking warped.
I didn't say you wouldn't
fucking
enjoy it.
Teacher Fonzie fucking head.
You're gonna enjoy it.
It's a dark place.
We'll both enjoy it.
Teacher Fonzie.
Finish. What were you saying?
I don't know now.
YouTube videos. Coming soon.
We're gonna have video clips. Pablo's stupid bullshit. Dear Vin. Maybe highlights of the main segment. Who knows? You know what I mean? Stuff that's good coming up in clips. This is all because you downloaded, all because you fucking emailed, all because you fucking wrote reviews, all because you fucking do the things we asked you to do. Again, you continue to do that. You continue to write. You continue to fucking share links. You continue to fucking tell your friends about it. You continue to do all that stuff. Excuse me. We can do more things.
You are correct.
And this is the first in many steps. But again, you know, we're all in this together. You want to fucking be part of the movement? Keep doing what you're doing.
Indeed.
We can only do so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like you said, the more people download and the more freedom it gives us to do it when, you know, we can do, if you and I just want to shoot 20 minutes on a biz,
There's,
you know, that can happen too.
yeah, we're not stuck in the format we're in. You know what I mean? We've been doing the format we've been doing for certain reasons. Now, because of these things I've mentioned, we now have freedom to do a lot more things. And that fucking pretzel's stuck on my fucking throat.
These pretzels are making you thirsty.
I mean, so we have this again. We have this freedom now, and we're fucking cooking up ideas, man. We got a lot of fucking ideas. So you guys have been with us from day one, and now we're moving to the next fucking phase of this, and it's gonna get bigger and bigger. And don't think we'll ever forget the motherfuckers who've been with us from day one.
Indeed.
So when some fucking hanger-on comes on fucking episode 60, the true crew is the true crew.
You just cut a promo, man.
Thank you.
It's like Dusty type shit, man.
Starcade, Sunday night, the Omni in Atlanta.
I mean, it was Starcade 85.
Russian Chain.
Starcade 85. promo.
Koloff, I'm coming for you.
I didn't hear the lisp, but
Yeah, I don't think I can do
you
Dusty.
can't do a lisp.
No,
Can't do that gimmick.
too manly for that shit.
You are. All right, yeah. Let's talk about so Raw and SmackDown. By the time this show airs, SummerSlam will have happened. So the go-home shows for both brands, I guess we'll just refer to them as that if that's what they want to be called. I went on the rant last week about ROH. If you remember why we don't have ROH in Philly and blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? There's an app. You know how your phone, if you have like a smart TV, your phone can sync with it?
Yes.
So if you get the Fight TV app, which is free, which is kind of bugged out,
Okay.
all of ROH is on there in HD.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'm just putting that out there for anyone who might not have it. It's FITE TV, Fight TV. There's mad wrestling on there, boxing, shit like that. And for whatever reason,
Fighting things.
yeah, fight gimmicks.
Yeah.
So what did you, generally speaking, and I'll get into specifics, what did you think about the two go-home shows?
Shit.
Both?
Raw was mediocre at best, and SmackDown was the shits.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, I think it was,
Again, we're back to picking out 5-minute segments in a 3-hour show.
that's kind of what I'm about to do because there was so much junk in there. It's, what I guess, all right, so that's the assessment of what happened. Neither one of us were happy, especially for go-home shows. What did you think about the Seth stuff, the vignettes where he's looking for? First off, do you think it's weird that Finn is being called Demon King and it sounds like Demon Kane?
Yes.
Okay, because I thought that, and I heard a couple people mention it, and I just figured it. I was like, oh, maybe it's just the enunciation of Seth.
I mean,
Or
maybe
something.
it's like subliminal shit to make you think of another guy on the thing too. It's all about their product. So
Yeah, it's not
I
like
mean-
it's someone in another company.
right. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I think it's. I think they made a mistake having him do that on Raw. They should have saved it for the
I
pay per
agree.
view.
The whole.
They should have had Seth not find him.
Well, what did you think about the Seth shit? Looking for him and
Brilliant.
Yeah, me
but
too.
he's sort of drowning in a sea of fucking mediocrity. You know what I mean?
Seth
Like,
or Finn or both?
Both,
Yeah.
but Seth especially. Like,
Yeah,
he's killing it, and he's just like he's surrounded by shit.
yeah, they're giving him shit to work. He's making chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Right.
What do you think about where the New Day is at?
Hate it.
I-
Hate it.
I
I
mean-
like that they have a little bit of an edge now. I've been saying that for a long time, that they needed a little bit of a mean streak.
I
in
think
them.
they got to go full on almost to save it.
Yep. What they're doing with the Bull Club guys fucking sucks. Now they're doing comedy shit. Like, it's not. It's fucked.
It's those dudes in terms of how how they got over in Japan, in New Japan, was on some badass shit, on some basically replicating. Of course, I'm not comparing them skill level wise or work rate or promos or anything, but in terms of being gaijin or whatever, they were basically pushed as some Brody and Hanson shit, and now they're doing like doctor skits and
They were almost muscle for the head, whether it was Finn or AJ. who
yeah,
was the head of the
yeah.
Bullet
I mean,
Club
if you're
thing.
muscle like the other dude, the Samoan goon that they have over there that's
Yeah.
still there,
Yeah, yeah.
and then like it's like they're doing comedy, and I feel like you said New Day's getting that edge. Like, I think you got. I don't know if you can turn them heel because they're over, and we've talked about that. Is there even do faces and heels even exist anymore because of whatever reasons?
I think you have very few pure 100% heels right now. Kevin and Jericho.
I was gonna touch on that, but it's-
Fuck Seth, but Seth is fucking over, man. Like, Seth gets babyface reactions.
that's what I'm saying. It's.
Um,
I mean, maybe you could bring
Roman, he's a heel.
Yeah.
he's getting heel reaction.
Yeah, I mean,
they
he's-
fucking put him with the Russian, and he still can't get heat.
He's getting fucking.
Motherfuckers were saying, "Let's go Rusev." Like, yo, like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, as far as SmackDown in terms of heel, it's like you might have to bring Joe up at this point because he's working.
I'm interested to see where, because NXT is Saturday night, Joe Nakamura and the possibility of whoever
Do you think?
does the job on that.
There's- I
There's
mean-
always the possibility that they're coming up.
Do you think Joe does the job for Nakamura and comes up?
It's their first match. It's a tough call.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I wanted to mention.
Ultimately, I think yes.
Yeah.
Is it
okay.
happening Saturday night? It's hard to say.
Could be.
Yeah,
No.
it's hard to say.
I wanted to. I don't know what you feel about it. I think the shit with Heath Slater has been brilliant.
Absolutely fucking brilliant.
That guy's money all day.
Absolutely brilliant, and Lesnar played that fucking
Oh,
perfectly.
that was great, man. That was great.
And then the Heath thing into Tuesday was good.
Yes. I like that he's. I don't give a fuck about your kids or whatever. I mean,
Fuck. And then Heath thinking that Daniel was Cactus and shit like that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
brilliant, man.
Yeah, he's good, man.
We've said that for years. That Heath
Years.
is fucking
he
brilliant.
they keep giving him shit, and he keeps.
Yeah,
He
killing
had
it.
the 3-man band shit. He had. They keep giving him awful shit to work with. I don't even know if it's a rib at this point.
Remember
like,
years ago when they were having older dudes come back, like Vader came back for a match
yeah,
and whoever,
yeah,
and Heath was always the one who
Yes,
was jobbing to them.
yes.
Brilliant, even that
yes,
shit.
Yes, and he's still young as shit.
Yeah, there's
You know,
money in him, man,
he
and they're
can
just
work.
like they just can't fucking figure it out.
No, they can't. I don't know what they're doing with Sami Zayn. I'm confused.
Who's he working on Sunday? Sunday.
There's no plot.
Who's he working with? Do you know?
He worked Sheamus, remember, on Monday.
Who's he working with at SummerSlam?
Um,
I can't for the life of me remember.
is he working Miz?
Nah, I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I know that Sheamus and Cesaro are starting the 7-match series.
I'm not mad at that.
That's okay. Yeah,
yeah, I'm not mad.
I'll
at
watch
that.
them two beat the shit out of each other. I'm fine with that.
Wait, what are they doing with the? I'm not even sure, man.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Yeah, well, I wanted to kind of discuss that I don't feel that they should have done what they did with Finn, but you already covered that, where
It's
they should have saved it for the pay-per-view.
agreed. I like that. I like that he does that character. It's kind of like what Muda used to do.
Yeah,
When he would come, he would do regular matches as Mudo,
yeah,
but when the shit was on, he'd come out as Muda.
yeah,
I like that. I mean, it's a blatant ripoff of that, but I don't.
yeah,
I'm fine
yeah.
with
I
that.
mean, that's
But I feel like they kind of, I get why they did it on Raw, because they kind of had to address it, because a lot of those fucking heads don't even know who Finn is.
yeah, of course.
But I think it would have had more of an impact if he didn't find him Monday and then
I think
did the whole
not
deal.
from our perspective, but from Vince's. That's probably why they did it, because there's more viewers of Raw than there is of the network.
and the merch potential is
Yeah, of
huge
course.
with that. Finn's money all day long.
Of course. You mentioned Jericho and Steen being good when they did the gimmick with the
Yeah.
promo with the guy.
Kept
the,
calling him the wrong name.
the wrong name.
Fuck.
'Cause, I mean, I told you I used to mark when
Yeah.
Jericho used to do
Yeah.
that back
Yeah.
when he was calling Angle Kirk Angel
Love that, yeah.
and Michael Cole Mitchell Cole.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I don't know what they're doing with Bubba and Devon. They're too
They're
good.
jobbing
to,
everybody.
yeah, but I mean, then why even bring them back? Is the question.
I guess some of these kids can learn shit from them, I guess. I don't know. Who the fuck knows anything anymore?
Cologne's kids and nephew. That's the
Fucking
shits.
who's even paying attention?
That's the shits.
I'm not, I couldn't even.
People keep saying, "Oh, they keep getting shitty gimmicks, but they can work." To me, fuck them because of the Brody shit. But people might not know about that. Let me see. Well, you were saying Monday into Tuesday with the Heath Slater shit, like when he came with the gifts and the wrong name on it or something.
Him not being able to get signed to either company is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And he's the only guy floating back and forth between the two
right,
of them.
which is more brilliant. It's
Fuck.
fucking hilarious.
Fuck.
Yeah, I told you before. I've said this to you a million times before. I hate that I'm saying it on a podcast. Fucking Pablo.
How's it feel?
Fucking, you're going to find out, pal.
I think The Miz is fucking hilarious, man. Like, whatever with the work, it's not good, but he cracks me up on stick.
Me and Kathleen used to watch him on that gimmick that he was on 100 years
The Real
ago.
World.
Yeah,
Me
that
too.
That I can't get out of my head.
Me too. I watched that.
Hysterical that he's wrestling.
He's fucking funny now.
I watched.
Like all of a sudden.
I watched like Real World's got to be on like the 30th season now. I watched like the first 20 Hard Body.
It's shocking to me that that show's still on.
Yeah, I mean it's a shit show, but it birthed all the shit that's happening today.
Yeah,
in reality.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up essentially. That 12-man tag team, like what the fuck?
I didn't even. I saw that shit coming out and I split.
Yeah. I mean, you go down the Usos. I don't know what they're doing with them. I think those dudes should be goons.
Agreed.
The Hype Bros. I think Zach.
Me too.
Zack Ryder's money somewhere there.
So's that dude he's with.
Yeah.
If they did something.
Yeah. Those American Alpha guys can go. I don't care about, but I don't
Agreed.
care. Then you have Ascension, or they're the shits to me. The Breezango shit, which could be brilliant in my opinion, but I don't know what they're doing with it. It doesn't seem to be anything there.
Again, should be like top heel stuff. There should be a mean streak in that. It should be like Adrian Street type stuff.
Yeah.
Like even Gold Dust in the beginning, like that fucking sort of flamboyant thing, but that stomps your fucking ass.
Yeah. And those vaudevillain dudes, like whatever to me. I don't know.
I don't even pay attention to them.
Yeah. And then
Stupid gimmick. Dumb
so
as shit.
they ended. They had Cena Del Rio, AJ with the run-in. I guess that was their go home.
I feel like
whatever.
The camera's working.
Might be.
Nah,
I mean, it probably rejected Sicko's ugly face
Oh no,
Fire
you know what it
Employee.
is? The thing isn't.
Display's the other way.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
The
Del Rio's Cena and AJ shit, you know.
I mean, really, the highlight of the weekend's going to be NXT with Joe and Nakamura and Asuka and Bailey.
Yeah, and I think if they let them go, Finn and Seth,
Yes.
I don't know what they're gonna do. If they're gonna restrict
Who's going over on that? Like, it's a tough fucking call.
them. If we're booking it, it's one thing, and us knowing how they're gonna book it is another.
I'm going Seth.
I think. I almost say I'm willing to put money on Seth.
You can't have two fucking babyface champions.
No.
And if they're
No.
keeping it on fucking what's his fuck Dean,
Yeah.
then Seth's got to be the other guy.
Yeah.
Has to be.
And wrapping up, everyone got knocked. Some people got popped this week. So
Listen,
yeah, you heard it was Adderall. I didn't.
Uh-huh.
I told you, oh yeah, it's definitely gas. And then you made a good point. Like, look at that whole locker room. Everyone's got to be on the gas. So
yeah, I don't think they make a deal about it. I think it's more recreational.
recreational. Yeah. So I mean,
It's just bizarre to me that Roman got popped for that, and then now Paige and what's his fuck Del Rio
and then that
and that
redheaded
chick that we don't know what the deal is.
Yeah.
Although I'm marking for that fucking.
Oh, I'm marking for the entrance, definitely.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, she has nothing to do with it.
Listen, she was delayed in traffic this week, man.
I'm-
She couldn't get there.
Brilliant.
Like, fuck.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, in terms of everybody getting popped, to me, when they brought Del Rio back, they've really given him nothing since he's been back. So I don't think we're gonna see him again. I think he's done.
I read something that there's heat between him and Helmsley.
To me, he's gonna go. He's going to. He can go back to Mexico. He was with Lucha for a minute. They're already done their third season, but he can go.
He can do whatever he wants, honestly. He
he-
can go to New Japan.
he
He can go
can.
anywhere because that motherfucker can go.
Yeah, he go all day. And he can go a lot of different styles too.
I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up that night we go to that fucking thing.
And ring, yeah, oh yeah. He could show up in House of Hardcore.
House of Hardcore,
He
I'm
could show up
thinking.
in ROH. He can show up at both of them.
I would not be shocked if he shows up at House of Hardcore.
Yeah, yeah, because you know Tommy's relationship with everybody there is
Exactly.
it's still good,
Right.
and he never shoots on anyone over there. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
When I hear him talk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, both of us think Seth is going over.
I don't think there's a choice. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I don't think it should be Finn yet.
We know that whoever came up with the weird angle to put Dolph in the I don't know who's booking shit over there.
It's been said for years he can go. That's all well and good. But he's been the shits for so long. I don't care what they do with him now. He's never going to be fucking
Yeah, when you're buried to the
factor.
points where
Right.
there's just certain levels of being buried you can't come back from. That
It's not been a year. It's been how long?
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah. The sicko. What? I think what? He says
What,
to me.
Finn?
What?
Oh, Wang.
Hoang.
Yes, Finn. How may I help you?
You have a fucking job to do. That's how you can help me. This fucking Pablo standing up.
It's hat time.
Oh, he's putting on the gimmick.
The Davy Cricket.
Here's the issue with me. Why do I always confuse Davy Crockett with Daniel Boone?
I mean,
Are they, did they both wear the gimmick? So I'm not wrong.
I don't think so. Right?
It's like Dusty and the Midnight Rider.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that hat was all the rage back in the day.
as far as I'm concerned, they're the same people. So I mean, I couldn't even tell
All
you
the
what
rage, he
difference
said,
is.
though.
Don't look at the list.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kathleen, we got a new player. Yeah, if I had known
exciting.
you were gonna be here,
What?
there's a lot more stuff I could have added.
Do it next week.
Go off the
Raging
cuff if you
Macon.
got it, sicko.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll
Just
call some
shoot, man.
audibles.
Yeah.
All right. All that needs to be determined is the order.
I'll go. Go to me. Me, Pablo, Kathleen, Vinny.
That's a little crazy starting
I
in
mean,
the middle.
it's
man.
weird,
Wow.
wild stuff.
It's Kathleen's first time. She shouldn't go first.
I don't think she's had many first times for anything.
Wow.
She's gonna fucking kung
You
fu
can-
your fucking head off.
You can.
I
yeah.
mean, for me, I just need.
Nobody here is going to stop you from slumping him.
She ain't
I
fucking
need
with
to
the
see
hat.
Kath thump him and then Jackie.
I mean, we'll line up. Like, just like an airplane when they're all lining
Yeah.
up with the weapons.
I seen Kathleen do that kung fu, man.
Ain't no girl gonna beat me up.
In all
I think
seriousness,
Kath-
as a shoot for real,
She would
I
whoop
think
his
that
ass.
I think that Kathleen would murder Pablo,
I mean,
and
That-
Jackie would beat Pablo up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100,000 million %.
I mean, there's.
Book the ring. I'll fuck them both up.
Like it would
And
be,
I'll pay for the hospital bill. How you like that?
like
That's kind of guy I
Jackie
am.
would be a little bit more of a fight. Like Kathleen, it would be like one of those old Pride back in the day.
No, she'll beat shit down his leg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Fedor.
Yeah.
I used
remember that
I
shit?
used to
Yeah,
go
of
to
course.
Tower, you know, when things would go down, I'm locking doors in, locking motherfuckers in the store.
Oh, I
We're-
told that story
we're-
before.
We're taught, we're
Remember the time you locked us in and it was fucking Thunderdome and the Christmas tree fell over and fucking.
That's what I. That's
I
what
was
I
like, oh, good, now we can't leave. Awesome.
I mean, I'm locking Pablo in a room with Kath, and then
I mean, there's only one person leaving that room.
that's right.
That's
Two
why
men
that guy
enter,
grabbed my leg
one
on
man
South
leave.
Street right there, and I fucked him.
What happened?
That guy that grabbed my
When you had the coffees?
yeah.
Yeah.
He grabbed your
walked up to
Virgin?
me, right near, yeah, my thigh,
Holy
right
crap,
near there,
man,
yeah,
that's-
walked up and
Yeah, I chased him up to 7th Street.
I mean,
Then that was enough running.
yeah.
Because if I caught him at that point, like I'm fucking gassed.
You're gassed.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you blown up.
And
You know
don't
what I
be
mean?
a bad band when I'm drunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Heckling
One of the
gimmick?
first times, me and Kathleen were out.
It was
We
the
were
end
at
of our
Dobbs.
Christmas party.
Let's not say who it was, but we were at
Well, I
Dobbs.
think I already did.
Nobody
You
knows.
locked that
We
in.
were at Dobbs and Kathleen got ripped.
Yeah, our Christmas party was upstairs. We were coming down.
Yeah, and starts yelling at this band. Fuck you!
Yes.
And there's like 10 heads there, so it's not like it's packed.
right,
It's like
They knew where it was
it's
coming
like
from.
us, their cousin, the next door neighbor,
Yeah, the
the
cousin's
guy
the
who
cousin's
the
girlfriend.
guy who lent them the guitar cord for the night,
and the
you know
merch
what I mean?
guy.
Yeah, and right. So that's it. That's all it's there.
Oh no.
Fuck off! You fucking suck, you pussy!
their
Fuck
set
you!
list.
And I'm like, here we go. Now I got to fight the band, the whole
And
fucking
their
band.
cousins.
Right. And at the time, I was a little bit more rowdy, so I was like, I'll fight the band and the whole. I'll fight this whole fucking place. Fuck
Sure.
it.
I mean, it is only Dobbs.
I mean, yeah.
Now I want to know who the band was.
Picking up their
Was
set
she- I
didn't even
list,
think you would
throwing
know.
it
Was
in,
she wrong?
ripping it up.
No.
Yeah, see?
Of course she wasn't.
That's all I'm saying.
Forgot about that. You ripped up their set list.
That's heavy.
I mean, that's the most punk rock shit I ever heard.
She was rowdy.
While they were playing? Yes. They didn't know what song to play next.
She-
That's good
Look
stuff.
at Pablo, just waiting to pounce.
I'll jump over this fucking table right now. I ain't scared of her.
You should be, motherfucker.
Can we start, please?
Oh, oh, oh.
I didn't realize you were on a schedule here, pal.
Who's shooting on me? Who got your back all episode?
Yeah.
You were fucking punching me with this before pre-show.
Yo, man,
So
let me
what?
explain something to you, man.
Explain something to
That's
me.
my shit that you're touching.
Well, then get the fuck out of my face. I'm gonna start pushing these buttons. Your trunk's gonna open. Your car.
I'll start slapping you in the face and fucking other parts of your body.
Now the
tomorrow.
question is, who's going to beat him first? Will it be Kathleen? Will it be G? Or will it be you?
I already beat him up once. He said it hurt his back, and then
he was afraid because you were strapped.
And then
You had to get a
OG.
massage.
So as a gentleman, you're gonna make Kathleen
No,
go
he-
first.
No, not strapped. He asked if I was packing.
Packing, that's what it was.
This dude came out of a fucking 80s rap fucking movie.
I'm packing all right.
Is this your third meal of the night?
Yeah. Testy.
Pretzels, Slurpee.
Pretzels.
Pretzels.
He really does have
A way
he does
with the
master the English language. Pretzels. It's unreal, man.
Patent pending. That's a new fucking pastry I'm making. It's a half
Pretzel?
tasty cake, half pretzel.
Sounds good.
A pasty cake. I think Pablo's about to tap, man.
About to catch a stroke.
Jesus
Save your
Christ. All right, shall we begin? So we're beginning with you, Mr. Tasty Cake and Pretzels.
I'm all right.
All right. I'm going to start and keep it local. We'll start with the Pagan Babies.
Oh.
Philadelphia's own.
I like Mike and Dan quite a bit.
Who was it? What was the
It's
what-
me.
Pablo.
One of the first cassette tapes I bought. Got signed. When Mark was working at Tower. Still have it. Love that album. Next, right? Pagan Babies next?
Yep.
Yeah, I love that album.
Try one.
Did you?
Kathleen, what comes to mind when I say the Pagan Babies?
Like 6 or 10 words or less? Say pass.
Vinny.
I think they. When I think about Philly bands, I don't think there's many that are considered legendary by us or the rest of the country. So they were important, very important. I still love. I love everything they did.
I'm a Mark all day. Gavin. Don Letts.
Don Letts. Important. I like watching him speak about then, now. I just enjoy watching and listening to that dude. And he does a killer version of London Calling.
Really?
I'll send it to you.
He recorded it? Mm-hmm. Boy.
Wish I liked Big Audio Dynamite better, but they just bored me to no end.
Saw them at the Tower Theater. Loved it.
Go for you.
Maybe the Pretenders, I think. Was it the Pretenders?
Oh, we saw them with the Stones.
No.
Yeah, we did.
I saw them at the Tower, though, without you, I think.
No, you didn't. No, did you see them with Pill and Sugar Cubes?
No, I didn't go to that show.
What the fuck, Kathleen?
No.
Wow.
Wasn't the Pretenders, man. Could be.
Next.
Chrissy Hine, are you a
Agree
Mark?
about that.
Pazzy. Don Letts.
I guess I think wasn't the movie called the punk rock movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Looking that up.
Gavin. Kevin Hart. The comedian. Philly's own.
He's from Philly. I find him not funny in the least. I've tried many times to like him because he's Philly. I find him fucking annoying, except for the Instagram videos he does with The Rock.
Stop fucking banging the phone against the table.
Shut the fuck up! Tell me one more thing.
Just
and we're fighting.
why you just go like
Tell me one more thing. Fuck.
Kevin
I
Hart.
can't even stay character.
I
really.
know. Fuck.
Asshole.
He's a baby.
I like fuck.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, listen,
Kevin Hart's cool to me, and Planet vouches for him. He went to high school with him.
Crip went to high school with him.
And I went to Washington, too, but I think I was a couple years ahead of him.
Vinny.
I think he's funny.
I do too.
Yeah, he cracks me up.
His stand-up's funny. I've never watched any of the movies.
The movie shit I've watched, the joint with Ice Cube is fucking funny.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I never caught that one.
Yeah. I mean, I know people who don't think he's funny, and there's people that I believe you have to, that they're universally funny. They're universally good singer. He's not someone
Right.
If you don't think he's funny, I'm not mad at you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he cracks me up. It could be just his face.
Could be.
Could be.
Could be. Gavin, the decline of Western civilization.
Part 1.
Take your pick.
Part 1 is brilliant. Part 2 is brilliant in its own way. Part 3 I never saw. I've seen clips of.
Is there a part 3? What's part 3
Yeah.
about?
It's like squatter stuff in the 90s, I think.
I didn't even know that.
The fear footage in part 1 is some of the greatest footage ever captured. I'm a mark for Eugene in that.
Nice. Pablo.
How old was the Eugene? Like 11?
Nah, I would say
15,
17 at the
16.
most.
It would have been a great documentary if Dave Mustaine would have died in that pool.
It wasn't Dave Mustaine
It's
in the
not.
pool.
He took my part and he ruined it.
Yeah.
So
Although
not
he's,
only did he ruin my thing, but
Yep.
it's wrong.
He's 100% wrong, but I'm not mad at what he said.
All right.
Strangely enough, you're absolutely
I mean,
right.
as soon as you say I wish Dave Mustaine died, I'm
I'm
in.
with you.
Right.
So,
I am with you all day.
but he butchered my part.
Right.
Kathleen, any thoughts on the decline of Western civilization films?
I love them. They're classic.
You like the metal one?
It's funny to me.
It is.
It's one of the best comedies ever made.
Yes.
Hey, man, listen, everyone settle down.
Yeah.
Ozzy making breakfast is like, fucking hell. In that robe gimmick.
Yeah.
Love it.
Vinny.
Homeboy from Rat in the Pool, man, is
What was?
I thought it was the Wasp guy
Yeah,
in
it's
the
the
pool.
Wasp guy, Chris whatever.
oh, I thought it was Homeboy who died of AIDS from Rat.
Think so, not in the pool scene.
Robin.
Round and round.
I don't even know that story at all.
I think it's
Yeah.
Chris
yeah. Can't think of his last
Chris
name.
Holmes
Yes, thank you.
in the pool.
Really?
Nah,
Chugging
I don't
the vodka.
know. No, it's Jack Daniels.
Or whatever.
Maybe.
Whatever
I
you
don't
drink.
know.
If we had a dude that had like 6 laptops and could look stuff up, that would be super.
My hand's on
helpful.
your volume because you fucking are yelling every 3 seconds.
Jesus. It's getting hostile. Everybody's hopped up on pretzels.
Yeah, Robin Crosby from Rat. I thought that was him.
I'm pretty sure it's Chris Holmes.
Round
in the
and
pool.
round.
In the pool, but that's the extent that I know about it.
Well, Robin Crosby is definitely in it, and he definitely tapped from AIDS. I remember it being him in there, but I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah, the only thing I know is the pool scene and the Ozzy breakfast
Yeah.
scene.
Yeah. Gavin. Dr. J.
Dr. J?
Yes, Dr. J.
He did the gimmick where he would smash the basketball things dunking it, right?
It's not Doc.
Nah.
No.
Who did that?
Daryl Dawkins, Chocolate Thunder.
Daryl Dawkins was
Well
he
done,
was
sir.
on the same team as Daryl Dawkins, who used to smash the gimmick doing the thing.
We'll take that.
Thank you.
Dr. Julius, one of the best Philadelphia athletes of all time.
Kathleen.
Big feet.
Oh, my.
Vinny. Dr. J.
Oh, man, I could go Jordan before Jordan.
I'm just going to say the fish that saved Pittsburgh.
Nice.
Wow.
This one's mostly for Vinny, but we'll start with Gavin. Arturo Gatti.
He's a boxer.
You sound like you're doing like a 6th grade report.
Yeah.
Is he who we were we talking about him recently?
It's possible.
Me and Vinny may have spoken about him recently.
I like that. Pablo.
Gaddy Ward, one of the best boxing series ever.
Kathleen, you know anything about the boxing? You into it?
Sometimes we would watch those 24
Yeah,
Kevin's, but
marks for that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
all day.
Yeah.
Nice.
those documentaries were
I
awesome.
didn't
but
care
I
who
don't
was
know
in it.
enough.
Yeah.
Just
I don't
watch
know
it.
Yeah,
enough
just
about
talk that shit.
Yeah.
him. No.
Vinny.
Ward Gotti trilogy, one of the best boxing trilogies of all time. I was at 2 of them. I met Arturo in Atlantic City a few times. Sweetest guy in the world. And he was murdered by his wife, and she got away with it.
Where do you put him all time?
Not high, all-time excitement near the top. He wasn't as highly skilled as he was. Just all action, incredible to watch. Heart bigger than his skill set. Again, it would be different in terms of the greatest. He wouldn't rank high. In terms of my favorite, he would.
Good deal.
Up there high.
Jeffrey, PJ Harvey.
I'm not a super mark, but I'm a fan. Immediately, I think of Kathleen when her name comes up.
Not a fan. Never got into her.
Huge fan. Saw her at the Chestnut Cabaret before she fully broke. She just played New York Monday night, and I wish I was there. She's incredible through all of her incarnations. If you don't like her, I don't know why.
Vin, any thoughts?
Tony Schiavone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I hear you on that one.
And I'm going to say Rid of Me is one of my top 10 or 15 albums.
And she can really play guitar.
Yeah.
She can really play.
Jeff, Sling Blade.
Jeff, no less.
Like that?
Sling Blade?
Sling Blade.
French fried taters.
I only saw half of it. Was good from what I saw.
Who the fuck's this half of the movie, man? Yo, I've never
Takes
seen.
half a
I
pretzel.
only saw
That's
half of it.
the movie.
Wait.
He's the half master.
When Gavin and Kath went to get pretzels, he comes back with a bag of 20
At least
fresh
20.
off the press Philly pretzels, and this fucking bozo rips one in half and puts the other half.
Puts it back in the bag.
I'm on a diet.
and
do
then ate
half-
6 other halves.
See,
You're
not
on a
only did he
seafood
say,
diet.
not only did he say only saw half of it, and what I liked it. Like not like I turned it off
I
because
turned
it
it off.
sucked.
It was so
like,
terrible. Like how
saw
do you-
half of it was
who
good.
sees half of a good movie?
The half I saw was awesome.
Hey, man. What are we on?
Sling Blade.
Sling Blade.
What was that? You were just like Sling Blade. Sling Blade.
If you watch it on fast forward, that's what Bull sounds
That's
like.
what
Yeah.
sounds
Yeah.
like.
Hopefully, John Ritter
Can you do
made,
that
made
sling-
hopefully John Ritter made it out at the end. I was really pulling for him.
Can you do that Sling Blade sing again?
Like a Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, but can you do it?
And with the gimmick on your head, you look like a fucking Muppet.
But say Sling Blade.
Go play with the little boy of Sling Blade.
So terrible.
Dwight Yoakam.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Good bad guy.
He was in that?
You,
He's the heel.
he wasn't in your half.
He wasn't.
He wasn't in the first half?
He didn't come in till the third act.
All right.
Vinny?
I hate liking a film so much with a fuck face like Billy Bob in it.
Yeah.
Because I fucking love that movie and he's a
good.
fucking jerk job.
OG, The Dicks.
Whoa.
Or just Dicks. I didn't want to say. How do you feel about Dicks?
Oh shit. Kill from the Heart
Yes.
and Dicks Hate Police.
Yes.
Two of the finest punk rock songs ever written.
Yes.
I don't know the band, but you really got me. Got me all
knew it.
chubbed up. I'm all chubbed up now. I might have to leave
I
the
was gonna
room.
say it.
Shoved up.
You should have talked about Sicko's Hog.
His what?
His Hog.
Oh, I mean, what more can I say?
Leave my out of it. Kathleen, any thoughts on the Dicks?
I know those songs Jeff talked about, but they need to work. That's what I'll say about the Dicks.
Vinny, speak on the Dicks.
I will speak on the Dicks. So, very recently, I text OG, yo, you fucking see this? and it's a picture of this documentary on the Dicks, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Get that.
I did.
I know.
So it's at my crib, and I'm just waiting for free time. So, I mean, I bought it, so obviously I'm a fan. I just love that anti-authority shit and where they were from, man.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
Being from where they were from, and the fact they're still alive is kind of crazy in and
Yeah.
of itself. But I'm mad excited to see the documentary. I just been a little bit jammed up finishing up the record, but
I'm hoping you'll let me borrow it.
yeah, I'll bring it next week.
Bunch of old dicks.
And I'm gonna say one of the most important and most underrated punk rock bands.
I'll
that ever
definitely
came along.
super underrated.
OG Blue Cheer.
Summertime Blues.
Pablo.
We talking about the fabric softener detergent? I don't understand what you're saying.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I can't use it, but
Kathleen.
Makes the skin break out.
Thank you.
I'll have to pass. Makes
Vinny?
me
I would have said Summertime Blues. I'm not
all, yeah.
I'm not gonna front like I'm hip
Yeah.
enough.
OG.
Now you want to talk Uriah Heep?
We'll get there. We'll get there. Main Source.
Main source?
He's basically doing beat.
The rap thing?
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know.
The
nothing
rippity
about
rap
it.
thing.
I don't know nothing about it.
Pablo.
A boo doo 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 doo. A boo doo doo looking at the front door.
Yo,
Wow.
why is it beat?
We fight every night, and that's not kosher.
Yo, it was like what's the gimmick you play?
The mouth
The
harp?
mouth harp.
Oh,
that is
boy.
like doo. It sounded like he was
Hip hop
humming
jug
like-
jug
And
band.
actually, it sounded like the hook to his songs that nobody knows about.
Oh yeah.
Kathleen, you know the Main Source?
No, not enough.
Vinny Paz?
Large Professor, one of the greatest producers in the history of hip hop, and produced mad classics that he didn't get credit for in the liner notes.
Nice.
Good friend of mine.
I'm going to do this one since Kathleen's here and she'll be the one to back me up, but I'll start with Jeff so he can have a field day. OG, Shudder to Think.
Ladies and gentlemen, his head looks like it's about to explode.
There's a vein
See?
pulsing.
That to me was when I needed to stop paying attention. When punk rock people started thinking that shit was okay on any fucking level at all, I said, nah.
Love this.
I need to start listening to
I
fucking
said nah.
different things. I need to take a step back for a little while. Too much art came in. Gotta take a break. Too much all that fucking horse shit. Discord. Fuck you. Fuck all that. Fuck out of here.
Not including.
Oh, did you?
Faith Boy.
Oh, did you? Oh, please.
Yeah.
That shit's heavy.
Yeah. Was Articles of Faith on Discord?
No, they were from Chicago, I think.
Yeah. I didn't know if I forgot who put them out. Touch and Go, maybe.
I can't even remember.
I'm not sure.
Pablo.
Oh, you grew up, did you? You progressed? Oh, you figured some things out? Suck my fucking dick.
That went better than I expected it to. It really did.
Swoon.
Yes! Nailed it.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
course
You
I
see what I'm
nailed it.
saying?
I do.
Thank you.
Kathleen, the Shudder to Think.
I love them. I absolutely love them, and they're some of my drive-in music. The cassettes were in the car and on heavy rotation driving. That's probably too many words.
No, we don't do a word count anymore.
But I love
Vinny
them.
peed on the rules with his whang.
What? What did I do?
Peed on the rules.
Oh yeah.
I like
With
the
his
almost
whang.
operatic, sing-songy, poetic stuff.
Vin.
Funny enough, I was a mark for 2 albums, and now, recently, meaning within a couple years, went back to the 2 albums I liked and was like, I don't get what I liked then, because I definitely don't like it now. But,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
90s alternative, are you?
OG, the Macho Man. Randy
Oh,
Savage.
Fuck.
He used to do with the glasses.
Wow.
Stripes.
Super important was wrapped up in a thing in a time when I did not give a shit about WWF at all. But brilliant player. Before that, and I guess during that, in retrospect, didn't give a fuck about anything he did in WCW afterwards.
One of my favorite promo cutters.
Kathleen.
I like his mic work, and he does stripes. I think stripes and glasses.
Vinny P.
Steamboat Macho Man is one of my favorite matches.
All right. And I was going to end it with a favorite of everyone's. OG, Charlie Manson.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's a good thing we don't have the word limitation anymore.
I'm
that a
gonna
shot?
I'm gonna try and be brief because I don't know how much we want to go into this.
I like where this is going already.
The perfect example of a person who the system and society failed them.
Excellent.
Not excusing anything that he may or may not have done, but
Or
did if you read up a little bit, you'll realize that the motherfucker had no chance.
Pablo.
He's not one of my favorites, so I don't know what you're saying about that. But yeah, if you read what his motivation was for the what was her name? The Tate crime, it was out of control, insane, and it's probably not far from what's actually going on right now.
That's what they said. That's not what he said.
I'm just gonna say Charlie's Angels. A lot of people love those gals from the 70s.
Squeaky Fromm.
Yeah, lot of man crushes in the beginning. So it's just Charlie's Angels.
Go ahead, brother.
Go ahead, Vinny.
Do something witchy. Or should I say, witch-a woman?
I can't believe nobody said we roll the nickels. All right, there you have it.
Yeah, word association.
Wonderful edition of the Word Association.
I'm unprepared for this next segment. Let me get prepared. We like to call this Dear Vin. This has become a fan favorite.
I heard about it on the street.
Unfortunately for me, it's my real life. It's become, what has become a fan favorite is my daily life. Let me see here.
Here's some fucking thoughts from some maniac.
Let me look.
Here's some fucking thoughts from some maniac.
Dear Vin. Yo, this seems like a douchey thing to say.
Oh, that's a strong start.
LMAO. But I was wondering if you'd be pissed off if I used the JMT beat with you on the hook for my new EP.
Used.
Now, this was earlier. You had talked about being in a mood with the sleep gimmick. I was in a fucking mood, man.
I'm going to be totally honest here. I don't think it's fucking funny. I think it's insulting, and I
That's
think
what I'm
that
talking
it's
about,
fucking,
being in a mood.
Yeah.
I've told you, I feel like I'm going through something. I'm a little bit disoriented. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's my glasses. And when the sun's out and I have to take a piss, the sun kills me, man. I'm mad sensitive in terms of it making me a little bit foggy, if that makes any sense. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I didn't use this person's name, I can say that I dumbed out on this kid.
Was it someone you knew?
No. It was like,
No, that
Never
becomes a
comes
whole
from
different.
there.
yeah, no, it was someone I know.
Just say nah. And it's.
I'd be
that's
like,
not what
are
I'm
you
doing.
that stupid? This dude had to be taught, and was it because of the mood I was in? 50-50. Maybe I would have dumbed out either way if I was in a great mood. There is shit that I chose it for Dear Vin, not because everything is funny like Gavin said. There's humor in it. I mean, obviously, this is gonna sound douchey. Just saying that, if off the rip you're douchey,
Right.
then why are you finishing through with the thought? You know what I'm saying? But there is part where I want to show that, like, it's not all about mocking people that are stand-up people. There's genuinely stupid people. The fact that in 2016 you think that it's cool to ask me to use something I create to put on your shit. If it was something for around the way for your homies, just do it without asking me and rock over it and hand it to your couple buddies or send the email as an MP3. You're asking me a real serious question about something that helps feed my family, man. Get the fuck out of here and stop writing me shit like that.
That's a no.
My man. Okay. He popped me, and I needed it because sometimes
You got
would think-
reworked up again.
I kind of did a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's stupid. I know it's not.
It's not stupid though.
It's just like when you really work as much as I do, man, and it's like heart and soul shit, and you take care of your mom and your son from this shit, and these dudes just think it's a game. It can drain the fuck out of you, man. You know what I mean? This one, there's just a disclaimer before we mock them. So feel free to mock, but I'm just gonna make this disclaimer. Sometimes with foreigners, there's almost, I won't say free pass because rude is rude, and you can use a translator on like Google or something. So I do want to say that in 2016 at least, you can type out a very simple sentence like, "Do you like Jay-Z" in English, and click Arabic, and that's how it will come out. So I'm like half excusing him, half not. So because the person's from Iran, and you know what I mean. I know a lot of good Iranian people and shit like that. Hi, VP. I have one question to ask you. Why you never put any words about Iran problems into your awesome lyrics? He or she is basically asking me to write specific lyrics about a specific place with it's over 7 billion. We're closer to 8 billion people on the planet now. Again, the reason I picked this one, is it particularly hilarious or anything like that? No, but you see Twitter and Facebook, sicko, where people write me, "Yo, why don't you write about what's going on in North Dakota? Yo, why don't you write about what's happening in Turkey?" I'm like, "Yo, man, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what I just don't really understand. Would you, when you were younger, let's assume they're young, maybe they're not. When you were younger, would you have tried to write a negative approach and tell them what to write about?
Are you gonna write John Brannon and be like, "Yo, I know you're from Detroit. Can you write a song about Philadelphia?"
Yeah, like if when Move happened, I wouldn't have written Jello Biafra and be like, "Yo, why don't you write about what happened in Move?" I wouldn't even think to have the brass balls to, you know what I'm saying? Like anything past like, "Yo, man, I'm a fan of your work, thank you." Anything past that to me, I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking, B? I don't really understand it. Again,
Why don't you write about that I didn't sleep well this week?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
but I would write about that more than that guy wants me to write about.
Yes.
Okay, now this you have to follow me because this person, in my estimation, is curious why I'm not dead.
Wow.
Yeah, but all my life I wanted to ask you a question. I am a Muslim and from Iran, so I'm like, yo, this is a word. Okay, I'm with this kid. But why do not hurt you while you're fighting with them? So I'm like, all right, he doesn't speak the language. I don't understand what he means, but I'm all right. Like now I'm middle, I'm medium. Now, at first I was with him.
Now you're Mizamiz.
Now I'm.
Little Mizamiz?
I can't do Mizamiz. I've decided it. I can't. I can't let my people down and say it wrong.
I have it in my head so much now, I can't say Mezamed.
Well, Gavin won't stop doing it to me, doing it the wrong way, and it's sinking into my
right.
my brain.
It's already gotten me.
I changed it to just Miz at this
Yeah,
point.
now he'll just write Miz.
Nice.
So at this point, I'm meds about this. So, but why do not hurt you while you are fighting with them? You are enemy of the Illuminati. You know you're against the USA politics and Illuminati, so why didn't they kill you?
Wow.
Illuminati killed Michael Jackson and many more. So this guy's basically like, it's upsetting to me that they haven't touched you.
Any day now.
Like, I'm upset that you're not one of the dead ones.
Why aren't you
Dead.
That's fucked up.
And finally, this guy's just a fucking smacked ass. This isn't really like
Pop for smack
yeah,
pop for that too.
some
My mom says
yeah,
that.
it's real greaseball shit, smacked ass, real greaseball shit. This is just a bozo. This is just a jerk job. It doesn't really offend me or anything. He's just dumb. Dear Vin, what's a song of yours to listen to when I'm pissed off? I would appreciate any suggestions. I don't listen to my own music. I don't suggest it to people. I don't push my music down anyone's throat. I don't talk about it around any of my friends. I've known Kath since Gavin met her. I don't think I've ever talked to her once about my music. I don't know, man. If you listen to my shit, then you should know the songs. I don't think I'd write Tom Araya and be like, yo, Tom, what Slayer songs would get? I would already think if I'm writing him, I'm a fan. So this kept turning in my head as this, turning into, it's a vortex. Because if you're writing me, then you know who I am. If you know who I am, that means you know my music. If you know my music, then why do you need suggestions as to what's rah-rah and what not and what's not? So
I think he was just trying to work you to be like, I'm pissed off too. He's not even gonna answer my question. He's just gonna talk to me about how we're all pissed off together.
Now I'm gonna sell you on that.
All right.
Don't bother me then, man. Like, there's always a way where you try to get in the door. If Kath and I were there at the Morrissey show and we saw him, we'd be like, we need an opening line. You know what I'm saying? Or is the opening line, hey, we don't want to bother you, but would you mind if we took a picture? If that's what you're trying to do, then just do it like a man. And you see how I treat fans. I'm like super respectful and talk to them and give them my time, and I will sign anything and I'll take as many pictures until everyone's, you know what I mean? So if Pablo's right and it was like some attempt to grab my attention, that's corny. And if it's literal, that's corny too. So I realized after reading these that I didn't really pick humorous ones this week. It could have been completely that I was in a mood all week, and maybe I just wanted to bark on people. So Sicko will allow me to bring back humor next time, because he scours some really dark places, like places I don't know how he comes back from.
It ain't easy.
If you've seen, this isn't a spoiler, but if you've seen Stranger Things and you go into the abyss and you can't get out, that's where Sicko's going when he takes care of some of my social media.
Pretty much.
Because it's a scary, dark place. Hopefully, OG, we'll see the return of our boy.
I like him.
I
I didn't like anybody this week. Kind of aggravated me.
It aggravated me too, and I think I brought it to the table. So I think it was subconscious though, because I remember Sicko sent me some funny things, and I was like, I got it this week, bro. So
It's okay.
either I thought it was more funny, or maybe in my head I was just like, I'm gonna show people who listen to my podcast that some assholes write me.
Yeah.
Because
these were necessary. They needed to be
I mean,
read at some point.
the one guy wants to take my beat and my hook and release
And the other
it.
guy wants you dead.
He seems upset that I'm not dead
Yeah.
yet. He's implying I haven't done enough to be on the radar of people who should be dead.
And you should
Get
be
on
at
that.
the end
So
result. I
get
think-
on it. That's what he's telling me. Yo, man, you're still alive. Get on it. Like, there's dying to do. We have dying to do, and you have dying to do. So let's do it.
What Gavin said though about the first one, the bull trying to steal your hook. Like,
Yeah.
No,
and
I'm
me,
with
and
him.
everything.
Like that's not even funny. Like,
No, I
that's-
mean, no. It's again, you know, sometimes when you write something, think something, create something, you revisit it, and it's not how you saw it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's
How about I move into the log cabin your grandfather built? Took him 10 years to build. How about I just move in?
Yeah.
yeah. I want to live. No, how about it? Forget my grandfather's log cabin. How about he just moves into my house,
Yeah.
mine, and calls Edgar his dog?
Yeah.
Murph, ruff, Murph.
Is that Edgar, or is that a
Yes.
dog that's gonna hang
That's
out?
just a
with
regular
Edgar?
dog, because your dog doesn't really bark.
I mean,
he
we
nips, he doesn't bark.
We can get him to bark. We can work him. You know
We
what I'm
can?
saying? Yeah.
He'll jump through a little hoop.
Yeah, sure. I would bring him to play with Chop, but I think Chop will eat him.
Yeah, he's like a light snack to chop.
Yeah. Would Chop dumb out on Edgar? Could be.
He might be
That's-
afraid. He's afraid of a lot of stuff.
Chop.
Yeah.
Could
I know
be.
how he feels.
Yeah, he's very skittish.
You have a thing with Chop?
No, I mean just being afraid of a lot of things.
No, that's what I mean. You feel a kinship.
I do.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
all I was
I have
asking.
many fears. Many fears.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been a somber dear man. Well, so my apologies.
It was an angry deer event.
My apologies for not popping the crowd. It was a shoot. Well, another fan favorite is Pablo's Cheapo Tip of the Week, but if you don't mind, Pete, do you mind if I set this one up?
Please
well,
do,
I'm gonna
please
I'm gonna throw you the alley
Please
oop.
do.
You gotta yam it, but I'm gonna
Right.
throw you the oop. So my loving mother thinks Pablo is as cheap as we do. There's no shame there. So
And she's not hesitant to call him out
no,
about it.
No, she's not.
In any forum.
Now, my mom is at the age where our mothers are, where, like, anything she finds that she didn't know about, these little life hack things they call on the internet, her head explodes and she's got to tell the world. So she figured out this gimmick with the trash can and it was like, I figured out this gimmick and it's the best. Pablo, can you kind of explain what it is? Because
Right,
I
so-
literally can't. I'm not doing it just to bring you in.
Right, so we're
I don't-
talking a 13-gallon trash can is what we're talking about, rectangular in shape.
All right, mine is oval. My
So
gimmick-
already this shit
got
isn't
the
working.
specs.
So she's fucking making a tip of something that doesn't even work in her own house.
Okay, why? Because I've seen it work.
Impossible in a circle. It's impossible.
I mean, I'll take a picture of it. And we'll
Take.
post
I
it
want.
on
I
the
want.
page.
I want you to take a picture.
Okay, I will take it tonight.
And so we'll see how you photoshopped it. Who photoshopped it?
Yeah, because I know how to do
So
that.
anyway,
Trash
this trash hack, as it's called, so-called, is the whole thing
He's
where
angry.
it's so cumbersome to take out the trash because the trash bag's fucked up and you fill the trash can too much and it's such a mess.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Get over yourselves. So
yo, man, I don't like trash.
this trash hack is saying
Get over
you fucking
yourself.
buy those like commando stick
the
hooks,
clips.
the clips. They're like $4 or something. You stick them on the outside of your trash can, upside down, and then you got to buy the drawstring one. So already you're up in the price of the trash bags you're buying.
Now, already, forget the hack. The fact that he thinks the ones with the strings are.
We're buying hooks and the expensive trash
I
bags.
Do
didn't
you
know.
use the ties that come with your non?
No.
I didn't know that there was any human of any economical status that didn't use the gimmick with the.
I mean, even I buy the string.
What
jaws.
do you do?
I mean, no, I buy them. I even get the ones where Febreze if they're on sale. You know what I'm saying? Let's class the place up a little bit. No one likes to smell dirty trash. This has nothing to do with the smell. So there's just saying if you want to cleanly take out your trash bag, you put these clips on the outside upside down, and then you grab the drawstring and you force it down, so you're spreading out this trash bag as much as possible already. Then you fill it up over the course of a couple days, and then when it's trash night, you just simply unhook the hooks and lift the trash bag out, and everything's all clean. But there's a fucking problem with this.
All right, now there is. Now, OG, let me tell you, everything is easy peasy with this.
Mm-hmm.
Think
No fuss,
The
no
boot,
muss.
no fuss, no muss, no gimmicks on your hands.
Nothing's
No,
falling
whatever
out.
you had from that night touches your hoof, and then you got to skeeve.
I'm with you.
So she posts this gimmick.
Yeah.
He automatically has heat with it because
Because you're only filling up the trash bag.
And you have to-
50%. Of course it's not going to get you fucking dirty.
And you have to spend money to buy the hook Johns that go on the
Well,
side.
And you know they fall off after a month, so now I'm double buying
his
hooks.
first comment to my mother was, "You're not utilizing all of that trash bag."
Absolutely
More
not.
space.
So she calls Pablo a stupid idiot. Then my aunt comes in and goes, "Oh my God, you really are cheap."
the
Then,
horror.
but hold on, that's in his response to the trash
Yeah,
not
trash hack.
being 100% full, so that the bag's being worked. Then after they call him cheap and my mom calls him a stupid idiot, he writes underneath it, "And I gotta buy these fucking clips. They're like a clam for 2 of them." These fucking things, a fucking pit could attack them and they're not budging. He's fucking saying they're gonna come off in a month.
I just see 10 more landfills because of this stupid trash hack. Stupid.
Sicko. I mean, you
I don't even know what to say.
It's all these landfills with half full of trash bags and OG's fucking water bottles.
First of all, if you fill the trash bag all the way up,
This thing doesn't work that way. This thing only works.
but
when
I'm
you-
saying if you
Sicko's
do it
saying only a Jadrul does that anyway.
right, doing it your
Who
way,
fills it to the gills?
you're jamming it. You're jamming it. You're still gonna make a mess when you pull it out because the thing's so fucking filled up.
And
Not-
you gotta pit your hand in
Right,
there.
you gotta touch shit.
Yeah.
Not mine. Mine's on point.
Your shit is not on
I got
point.
the Simply Human trash can. You can pay a little extra, but this is what you get. You get 100% occupancy of the trash bag, and it's clean in and out.
I want to ask the room a question.
I'll take a
here.
picture of that.
I want to.
He has mentioned something. He has mentioned the environment. I'd say if this is our 23rd episode,
It is.
at minimally 5 times during his cheapo.
I was just gonna say.
In any part of our 30 years of friendship, have you seen this fucking guy do anything that resembles being an environmentalist, good to the earth? He fucking drives gas guzzling SUVs.
Still green.
His fuck, you do not go green.
Where do I go?
You go to the fucking dollar store. I don't know what you do. You fucking go food shopping at fucking Dollar Tree is what you do. But I mean, Sicko, can you back me up?
Absolutely.
Like, did you ever
Never
There's
once.
a lot of things you think of when I say the name Pablo. Environmentalist is one.
Not one of them. That is not even on the list.
I mean, between his gas guzzling SUVs and his fucking bouffant with the hair products,
With the products.
the hair products and the SUV alone have contributed to 3% of Philadelphia smog.
BP,
I'll agree with that.
BP crude oil is the best hair product out there right now.
You pit that crude right in
Yeah,
your hair
yeah,
after
man.
you pit it in the SUV.
Right.
A little
No
on your
waste.
hands.
Oh, bringing the greasers back.
Well, Kath, let's be honest. I mean, he might use a little Vazzy in there and then pit it back. Vazzy, as my nan used to
shine,
call
maybe.
it. Yeah.
Vazzy on the top, Vazzy on the bottom.
He
That's
doesn't
what we
know
say.
fucking. He doesn't know shit from Shinola.
Who's we?
Who's we, white man?
What did I say?
That's what we say.
That's what we say.
That's what you
Oh,
say.
oh yeah, me and the boys.
You're with your only boys.
So yeah, so use the fucking trash hack. Don't use it. You ain't gonna see it in my house. This is a Pablo Cheapo non-tip.
Yo, yeah, we wanted to.
Two
Say.
thumbs down. Two thumbs down.
So he just gave my mother 2 thumbs down, man.
That ain't right.
She's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
shiv you in the side next time.
She does what she wants. She don't listen to Pablo. So you know.
His whole life is a thumbs down.
Yeah, she does love the Pablo though, like a son.
Yeah.
So we haven't discussed who's worse. I've texted you guys multiple times since Lars won, and I keep forgetting that Lars
Yeah.
is the winner.
Yeah.
I've texted you. I've texted him. I've asked Blow when we've been out. When we were at This Is Hardcore, I remember asking all of you guys. It was Lars is the winner, and I was bragging strutting like a peacock, that I had someone that proud as a peacock,
Cock of the walk, you
cock
are.
of the walk, that would fucking wipe this guy out. No fucking problem.
All right.
And I broke the news to Gavin that I have 2 of them.
2?
You told me to save one of them. Gavin told me to shoot both. I'm going to see the reaction to not if, but when I win, to whether or not you want me to double win.
All right.
Do you think one of the 2 that you have is worse than the other?
I know it sounds like a get out of jail free card. I think they're equally bad for different reasons, but equally bad.
Because you could pit them against each other and then have the winner of that go.
Well, I
against
want
the
to
Lars.
win to strut because Sicko's been flaunting his Lars shit around.
Yeah.
Was
Okay.
that mine?
I don't know if it was yours,
you
but
did
you,
say-
But
but yours
I think
nobody
he's the
could
worst
ever
person
be-
in the
yeah,
world.
you've said more than once on air, off air, text. You're leaving me voice memos. Don't forget, Lars. There's nobody worse.
I'm hiring skywriters above
I
your house.
am about to fucking make Lars.
I like where this is
I'm
going.
about to make Lars look like a fucking 24-year-old Henry Rollins.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I feel like there should be a drum roll here.
Ted Nugent.
The Nuge?
The Nuge. Buries Lars Ulrich.
All right, A. I think that already came up, and he was defeated by like.
Well, God.
I don't know how.
Who do we pit him against?
I didn't. I don't remember. That's A. B. If it did come up, the game wasn't as serious then, and it
I
wasn't.
think, and I could be wrong.
I don't feel like we
remembering.
got serious about it. I think it's only been serious the game for like
I
3
think he went
episodes.
up against Kid Rock and lost.
It doesn't matter. You can have it. You can get another title shot. I'm fine with that. Like
Okay.
Kid Rock could come up again. Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
I'm no selling anything that was just said and saying Ted Nugent.
I'm gonna say Lars.
You were never going down without a fight. So
I mean, it would take a lot for me to not say Lars.
there's also before Pablo was about to speak. I don't know how much he knows about him other than Cat Scratch Fever.
Cat's a fever.
Do you know that he's
He's like a gun nut.
gun nut, batshit racist, has called Obama, compared him to a certain type of animal, which of course I'm not even going to fucking give any burn on our show, but just doing that to anyone, and you know what I mean?
Obama.
Or
He's
as
a-
Beat would like to call him, Mo Bamba.
He's
Who?
he's a piece of shit.
Mo
That's-
Bamba?
I still
OG?
think Lars,
I mean-
I think Lars is still worse.
Wow.
Nugent.
That's 2 versus 2.
I'm
so
not
you know-
having that. Fuck Ted Nugent. Fuck him. Not having him. Lars is like fucking surface shit compared to fucking Nugent in my world.
I think now,
and I think that
of course not to us. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that Nugent's working a lot of it. He's fucking carny all day. I get that, but I'm buying into the work, and I'm not fucking having him.
I buy into
Fuck
the work,
him and his fucking bullshit.
and here's why he tops it for me. And I'm gonna have to compare something that isn't real, but it's the only way to make the point. If you gave Lars Ulrich power and Ted Nugent power, Ted Nugent is fucking dangerous. If you gave him the button, we're all dead.
I don't, for the most part, I like to consider myself pretty open-minded with people's opinions and things people like and whatever. Just because I don't like it, that kind
Yeah.
of shit. But Ted Nugent's one of those dudes. Like, I'm not having it, and I'm not having any argument for him. I don't care if he wrote 50,000 good songs. He's a fucking cocksucking motherfucker who thinks he's tough and Fuck him and his big fucking hillbilly fucking redneck mouth. Fuck him.
Amen.
Well, the only way to fix it is the tiebreaker, the queen bee, the boss of.
Take it, boss lady.
If she's not the boss of all of us, she's the boss of me and Gavin.
She's
And,
the boss
well,
of all of us.
you know, I agree with you, Vinny. I think if he had the power, we'd all be in trouble. And I was in Lars's presence before. I don't know if you guys know, I did an in-store with Tower. There was for Garage Days, there was a midnight sale.
Gavin
after
has
their
mentioned
show.
it, but I didn't know if you guys had any
And so I
interaction.
worked that.
Uh-huh.
And he's, you know, this big.
Yeah,
And kind of stared
a little
right
Danish
there
fella.
all day.
Yeah.
And I could whoop his ass. Anybody could whoop his ass. And, you know,
We know you're tough.
Nugent's,
You're gonna
You know.
find out, pal.
he's dangerous.
Get off my
So,
fucking. Okay.
By my
I
count,
think
sicko.
I think he's worse.
By my count, sicko.
Which one did you say?
See, the thing
You
is,
just
you
went
say?
fucking
I
down.
think-
the
I
thing
think-
is, the thing is,
Nude.
here's
Hey,
my.
now, well, let me hold on real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm going to put out there what Gavin said, and this is how good of a friend I am. I'm not scared if in 2 months you bring Lars back.
All right.
Because if there's a win, you know, let's say in 2 months someone knocks the Nuge off, or I might knock the Nuge off right now with my other one and pit them against each other. But let's say I don't, let's say I do. If you're like, wait, hold on a second. If it ends up back with Kid Rock or something, and you're like, no, you can whoa that.
Flair, Dusty, and Harley swapped that NWA title back and forth about 17,000 times back
Over
in the
like
day.
4,000 years.
Yeah, so it's fine. We
Right.
can just keep going round and round with the fucking three of them.
Now the
But
question
the
is,
thing with Nugent is Lars is offensive on a cultural level.
yes.
Nugent is offensive on every fucking level.
Nugent can offend family members without with things
Yeah.
he says.
He's a motherfucker.
He
that
is.
Guy, yeah.
He is.
Thinks he's tough.
He
With his
does think I
fucking-
want to beat
I
shit
got a
out his leg.
fucking bow and that.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Loincloth.
Fuck out of here.
So do you want me to bring up the
Let's
other
have
person?
it.
I
We
wanna
might as well
hear it.
have it. Now I'm in a mood. So the champion is Ted Nugent.
Correct. Courtney Love.
Oh.
And don't go fucking saying she was in the Pagan Babies to try to pit her over. 'Cause I know where you're gonna go. Oh, at least she was in the Pagan Babies.
No.
At least she was down with. At least she knew.
She was in
Duff.
Sid and Nancy.
Ted Nugent. By far.
Here's what I don't understand about
Can
this
I
part,
get
though.
Can I get Courtney Love as a human piece of garbage or not?
Absolutely.
Oh, all right. I thought
No.
that, okay.
No doubt in the world. But,
No, because
but,
the worst thing that can happen with Who's Worse is you put a name and everyone's like,
no,
you
all
suck.
right,
Like,
yeah.
you better suck.
Like you just said Jesus.
You're
or
right.
something.
No, like what I'm saying is, let's say I didn't win with the Nudes. You all better have been like, oh, he's a piece of garbage, but he's not our winner. Like, when I said his name, the room went silent. I'm like, oh, I'm being no-sold? Like, you better all say he's a human piece of garbage and then be like, I don't know if he knocks off the Lars, but the Nuge, I think the Courtney can... And you have to add that I think she's responsible for Kurt's death in my putting her on this list.
Factoring all that in, I still go Nugent.
Okay.
Here's what I don't understand about the game. So the game so far has been like blase blah people, but Nugent is like almost like Hitler level. So are we taking it there? Because it seemed like this was more of a lighthearted game, and the Nugent kind of opened a new
I'm not mad at your
he opened a new
question.
category. So that's what I'm
The
not
only
saying
reason
Nugent's
I-
cool, but I'm saying
The only reason I brought him up is because he is like Hitler-minded, but he's still part of pop culture.
he is in yes, he is a musician. He's in that.
And like he did, like when VH1 was doing like gimmick shows, he was on that. That's when I didn't even know he was a hillbilly like that until like a VH1 gimmick.
Right,
I
me
mean,
neither.
he was like the maniac rock and roll dude, addicted to sex, not drugs and rock and roll. That's how I knew him. He was like a riff master, great guitar player, so on, so on, so on, so on.
Yeah, banging like fucking 14-year-olds.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's okay.
And the wife that he's currently with was one of them.
Whatever. Fuck him.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to
That's what I'm
top
saying.
Nugent for me. But yeah, you can't
No,
bring
you can't
up
say
like
You're
Stalin.
gonna have
Richard
to
Ramirez
Yeah.
against Hitler. Like
Yeah.
you can't
But
do
if
that.
you
But
bring
it's
up
gotta
Richard
be
Ramirez, I'm gonna be like, I'll hang out with him before the Nuge.
you can't do like historical fucking terrible people.
Mussolini.
Yeah, right. You can only it's got to be pop culture based. So
Is that because you're racist against
Nugent,
Italians that we can't put Mussolini in?
Nugent over Courtney. Go.
Nugent.
Pablo.
Nugent all day.
Gotta stay with the news.
I got the scratch of fever.
I like how he's adding a pop. He's like, he's like adding a cut the stretcher.
It's like the Homer. That's like
Write
the Homer
him
version.
and ask him if you could borrow
His what?
His
Bow and
riff.
arrow?
his riff for your.
Oh yeah.
His lyrics.
Can I buy your riff and whole album?
No, the guy that wanted to jack my shit was American.
Yeah, but he could have a foreign accent.
All right. I mean, if we want to give everyone in Dear Vin a foreign
I mean,
accent,
we might as
Yeah.
well.
write
I
us
need
and let me know,
backstories.
and I'll do it in the
Yeah,
accent.
I want a backstory on everybody.
All right. So you want me to create backstories and an accent for every Dear Vin?
Yeah,
from
he's
here
an
on?
American, but his parents are first generation. So
Yugoslavian.
When he was taught English, he still had the accent. This is what was going on in this guy's life. So he still talks that way, even though his friends at school
So
make
while
fun of him.
he was writing that while eating stuffed Derma.
Yes.
Does that mean we have to change the name to Dear Winnie?
Yeah. Dear Winnie, here's some thoughts on some maniacs.
Dear Winnie the Paz.
Dear Winnie.
So you said Nugent, and what are you saying?
Over the Courtney.
I think it's no contest. For some reason, I can ignore Courtney Love. She's a human piece of garbage,
Uh-huh.
but doesn't even come close to the Nugent.
I'll agree with you that you can ignore her now. There was a run there where you couldn't.
Yeah,
There's some sort of I don't twisted entertainment value in observing what
understand
Courtney
that.
does,
I understand
as opposed to I find nothing
Yeah.
someone we're a
nothing
huge fan of that had her on
appealing.
the show a lot. I would mark when he had her on because she was just a mess.
absolutely, and I find nothing appealing about Ted Nugent other than I can play Cat Scratch Fever on guitar.
Can you?
I can.
I can't.
I can. I'll teach you.
I can play. Dun, dun,
Ukulele.
dun,
It's the same thing.
dee-ga,
It's
dee-ga,
exactly the same thing.
dee-ga, dee-ga.
Same thing.
I can play.
It's dun 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 dun.
I like the hand gimmick.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing.
What is the bass line? Do 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 do. MOD.
It's one of them. Fucking.
Is it MOD?
Could be.
The intro to the first, the first only / only good.
Aren't you hungry? Gimmick.
Aren't you hungry? The most vile, disrespectful lyrics ever of all time.
Shit ain't right.
Yeah, I mean they I mean,
I got nothing to say on that.
I always not all. I mean, the whole thing was that it was a work, but I don't know. I mean, there was some heat for a minute there with some people. But
I still got heat.
oh no, I don't mean with fans. I mean like
No,
among
I know what you
some
mean.
people.
I know what you mean.
Yes. Well, so we went from Pablo. We went from the cheapo to into. Oh, I did Who's Worse.
Who's worse? Bam, bam, bam.
Because it's a live 24/7. It's
Yeah.
like defending the strap. You can come in, stone cold
Money
salute,
in the bank.
pit me in a
It's like money in the bank.
Yeah, pit me
Cash
in
it
a gimmick.
anytime. Yep.
pit me a gimmick. If I tap out,
Yep.
you're grand campeon.
Yes.
All right, so let's give it up to the new champion.
Ted the Nuge Nugent. Even the Nuge is
a douche
is a
chill.
douche chill. I expect photoshops with the Nuge on it from the Gimmick Gang, please.
Get on that.
We're always accepting Pablo Buffon photoshops.
Oh, yeah. Always.
Sicko Snowman.
Sicko Manatee.
No, there's no need for any
I'm
of
trying to
that.
get off the hook. This jerk off.
Anyone who puts Sicko's head / face on a manatee gets
Let's
a prize pack.
I
keep
wish
it
I
to the
had like
professor.
1,000 shirts to give away. I'd be like, every Photoshop.
I'm gonna get. I'm going to get Merch Direct to
Okay.
send us 10 shirts.
Okay.
We're gonna keep them at your house or Gavin's.
Okay.
And each way we choose to mock Sicko, Nothing vindictive. Nothing.
Oh no, not at all.
No, nothing shoot mean. Any.
No, not at all.
Just the everyday shoot.
Yeah, just everyday mean.
Everyday manatee snowman. Uncle Fester.
I don't think that
Bunch of
hitting
jerks.
his head on a manatee. They're cute.
He's good looking
They're
manatee.
cute. They're lovable. They like.
Hey, get on to the next thing.
They eat roughage.
Moving
They
right
don't-
along.
They're not.
They get wet down.
Yeah, they get wet down. That's why Gavin always has all these waters because I have
Yeah.
to just
Yeah,
dump.
pouring them on sicko.
It's like
Yeah.
every fourth minute he seems to be like he goes into a little gimmick like
Yeah.
cerebral palsy
Yeah.
gimmick. And we just
You
put
wet him
some-
down. I give him some cabbage. He feels
Yeah,
better.
Exactly, he feels better.
Cabbage.
I think they like cabbage. They like gimmicks.
They
What's-
they like cabbage.
Kath, what's that called? The green gimmicks, algae in the ocean,
Yeah.
right? Algae. That's the
Algae.
gimmicks they eat. They don't eat anything living. You know, well, that's a living organism. But
Yeah,
they
they're
don't eat other-
vegetarians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Kath.
Yeah.
That's why I asked about the algae. She
Yeah.
makes a little.
Yeah. Tofu.
So what's in the mailbag this week, Professor?
Pablo, do we have questions?
This
week?
mailbag is
I
an
also-
interesting mailbag.
Well, I want to say that Pablo, threw me under the bus.
Oh, that's right.
Now, not only did he throw me under the bus, which shows what type of man
No.
he is.
I figured out what it was now. You shot because you didn't get the book because OG got the book. That's
That
what I
is
was-
true.
That's what I was referencing
But
in the insult
I will have him send the screenshot here. You were like, Vinny was shooting on you too.
because of the book.
He's doing the brain, the weasel.
Figured it
He's
out.
finding an angle.
Figured it out.
Whatever you did, it's not proper behavior.
You know what's not proper behavior? I watched you eat those tasty cakes and you ate the tops off first
Of one.
and just the frosting and left the bottom. You did the top of the muffin.
Top
to
of the
you.
muffin to you.
Frightening, man.
He does
Frightening.
That, he does that with bagels too.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't.
Puts the other.
It was a strange deal watching him eat that.
Yeah.
I
And
had
he looks
no
cranky
problem
too.
with it.
So
Yeah.
he's real cranky and tired.
yeah, I'm fucking feeling something.
What's the mood scale?
It's not good,
Yeah.
pal.
Mine
The,
isn't good
the,
either. to
the
be
Dear
honest.
Vin thing and then the Nugent thing fucking annoyed me.
Yeah.
Like, shoot annoyed
Yeah.
me for some reason.
Darth Gavin's all
I'm
mad.
feeling a little. I'm feeling a little something.
All right.
I'm feeling a little froggy.
Gimmick gang, pit Gavin's head on Darth Vader, please.
Feeling a little something.
So,
And if you pit my head on Darth Vader, I'm coming to your house. So you know. Yo,
Now-
shoot, I'm coming to your fucking house.
I love that you really will go to the house and he'll
You
make me
think
drive.
you think we won't show up? Go
We
ahead.
Get them to show up.
Pablo.
So this mailbag, I decided to get a little interesting with it. So last week I said no
Well,
Cody. I said,
decide means decisions.
Yeah.
Him making decisions is gonna
so
go
we said
somewhere
last
dark.
week no Cody Mack because he's just getting out of hand. Well, this week
He's out of hand.
This week I've decided to make a Cody Mack only mailbag.
I'm okay with that. I love the Cody.
Cody Mack is he's a great human being,
That's right.
humanitarian
Yeah,
to many.
he puts all you over and doesn't send me books.
See, now you're shooting on him.
That's not a shoot. That's a fact. That
I was
is just
thi-
a fact of life.
So yeah, over the course of a couple months, mostly the last couple of weeks, we have amassed over 35 questions from Cody Mack.
Jeez.
Christ.
All right,
Guy's got no fucking free time on his hands.
let's rapid fire them.
Cody
Yeah.
Mack.
Is that what we're doing?
No, we're just going to do the top 5 because some of them start getting repetitive. So I just picked out the one best that he can shoot on all of us on.
All right.
So we're just going to do a quick lightning round for the whole round table. So this is for the crew. Hey, are we all sure that Vin just doesn't write the Dear Vin emails to himself? They all kind of sound like him.
Fuck you, you fucking hairy Irish fuck. What type of shit is that, man?
Fuck.
I'm too good of a worker to fucking work that
Exactly.
poorly.
He's not even dumb enough to see a good work. He don't even know what a good work and a bad work
He
is.
doesn't even know what a work is, let alone a good or bad one.
Does he even work anyway?
No, he fucking sits in the tattoo shop
Yeah.
with fucking famous people and fucking hangs out with Johnny Depp and gets paid.
And then goes to amusement parks every other day. In a
Yeah,
fucking week.
he's got a hot wife and 2 good-looking kids
Yeah.
and lives in.
He's
and
got the life.
Must be rough.
I can tell
Okay.
you
We got
for
the
a
same
fact.
job, me and Cody. I feel like.
I can tell you for a fact that the Dear Vins are real.
Okay. Next one for Sicko.
Oh, Jesus.
Sicko. If this is hardcore, did they have you stand on side stage to help with the lighting bouncing off your dome?
Wow.
Sicko is
Did
no
they,
sell.
Sicko?
I mean, what am
Sicko,
what am I even
did
gonna say?
they? Sicko,
Did
did they?
I just got that. It's funny.
Next question.
Pablo. Pablo. Do you keep your beard because it's your flavor saver from the last time you were with Correct?
Wow.
Flavor savers.
I mean, that's fucking heinous.
It's heinous.
Pablo and fucking Correct doing sex is fucking heinous.
Yeah, I mean,
Doing
Correct
Doing
doing sex. Correct's handsome and all, but I'm not doing anything with him.
Doing. You want to do sex?
And I don't know. I could say something funny about flavor savers, but now I got a bad taste in my mouth.
Hi-oh.
Speaking of bad tastes, this is for OG. OG, I know you think Vince Neil is the greatest rock singer of all time, but I was wondering, who is your number 2?
He's so mad.
I'm not in the mood to play this game.
Who is your number 2 greatest rock singer of all time after Vince Neil?
Who was Cody fucking putting over recently that was like,
Guns N' Roses.
nah, that's not who I'm thinking of. Like Rat or something.
Oh, he
Rat or-
loves all
Yeah,
that
Stephen
shit.
Piercy. That's my that's my number 2.
Who's he from Rat?
Yeah. Round and round. Just give it time.
I
Sing it,
love
The Stephen Piercy book is dope, by the way.
I love
Anyone
the
who hasn't
Cody
read it.
Mack. He's got terrible taste in
Awful.
music.
He's got bad taste in everything
Yeah.
under the art banner.
Yeah.
Music, film, TV.
This is the guy who legit shoots on Kubrick.
Yeah,
I mean, anything after that is inadmissible.
it is.
Nobody likes Rat, Cody.
Nobody.
I like the Stephen Piercy book, though.
Wow.
Does that make me a jobber?
No.
And the last one for Vin. Vin, I know you're really tatted up, and it's hard to see. Like that alone, that alone is the best.
Yeah.
Considering he works at a parlor.
Yeah.
Like,
That was awesome.
Vin, I know you're really tatted up, and it's hard to see in pictures. But can you explain to the audience exactly where your Irish pride tattoo is?
It's in between my balls and asshole. My fucking gooch.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is the Cody Mack edition of the mailbag,
Wolfgang von Mackenstein.
which would lead us to recommendations.
Recommendation.
Kath, you got to come up with one, but we won't start with you.
Mine's
baby.
Morrissey
Right.
Puppet.
I didn't clap.
I gotta think for a minute.
Well,
Well, I'm prepared.
are you sicko?
Of course.
I am prepared. I was thinking, should I?
Are you gonna do the night of?
Yes. If you could have seen your own face, hopefully Pablo has the footage. I looked to my left, and
He
it
looked like there's a
it
dead
looked
body.
like Nosferatu was hovering over my shoulder. This fucking guy looked like I had a fucking baby with
you're
9
right.
heads.
You're right. We were all shocked.
Yeah,
Because I thought you were putting us on. Like I thought it was a joke. And
you
I'm
thought
like,
I was working?
Yeah.
No, well, I told you because Gavin sent me up the river.
Hey, that's between
I
you.
was like, you didn't pit over the gimmick, did you?
The funniest part of that is I was gonna be all like, "Oh yeah, I saw it too. That was awesome."
All right, you want me to start?
Yeah, sure.
All right. My recommendation for this episode is actually about 30 some years old. So I'm going way back into the vault. And this is one of those things. I mean, I don't know much about Netflix. I don't know exactly how it works, but it seems like every
You
so
know what? I have it like you, and I don't know how it works either.
like I'll look for something that I would think would be so mainstream that
Same
it should
here.
be right there.
Same here.
And I can't find it.
Same
and
here.
when you flick through like the most obscure shit
Yes, you'll
that you would
find-
never expect.
Bro, there's this fucking documentary on this little known weirdo Austrian dude that I had read a book about who did some really bizarre Heidnik-esque shit. and there's a documentary on him on
Right.
Netflix, but I can't find 48 hours.
But meanwhile, you can't fucking watch Seinfeld.
Right.
So, and it's funny that you mentioned 48 hours. So, as I was going through it, looking for something to watch one night completely by accident, I noticed that Netflix now shows one of the greatest stand-up specials ever made, Eddie Murphy's Delirious. And I said, you know what? It's been about 20 years since I've watched it. Let me see. And I put it on. Now, I will put this disclaimer in, especially like the first 10 minutes of it has some material that in 2016
It ain't flying.
It ain't flying.
I watch it about once a year, so
Yeah, right.
I'm very familiar with
right.
it.
And I'm going to say, you know what? It comes down to an individual choice.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. I don't think it's mean-natured. I don't think it's hateful. So I don't give a fuck. I laugh at it. I laughed at it then. I still
Yeah.
laugh at it. But it's Eddie Murphy's Delirious. It's like the benchmark of stand-up comedy specials. It's got every fucking legendary routine. It's got the Ice Cream John. It's got the Cookout John with Aunt Bonnie. And
Tito, stop teasing.
I was dying. Tito, hand me some tissue.
Is it all right if I come down there and sing to you?
I mean, everything about it, the red leather John, like everything about it is just banging. I'd say 90% of the material is as fresh now as it was then.
I think Kath just growled when you said red leather. She was like,
Hey, you know, it was Eddie in his prime.
That don't look like McDonald's.
better than McDonald's?
Standing there with a big old pink square house burger. But yeah, so it's if you got the Netflix and you know, the thing is, I'm imagining like a lot of people that listen to us. You know, this came out what 83, I think it was
82 or 83.
A lot of people that are listening to our shows might not have even been born then. let alone
Definitely.
have watched.
Yeah,
this.
definitely not aware.
So go back. It's on Netflix now. Go back and watch it. I'm telling you, it's fucking funny, and it's like I said, it's kind of the benchmark of, you know,
Yeah.
the 80s are known for the stand-up comedy explosion. I think this was like the high watermark of what a great comedy special was. So if you got the Netflix, check it out. Eddie Murphy Delirious. Psych.
Pablo?
Yeah, man. This is the one I'm proud to talk about. This is
Proud.
when I wake up in the morning. What I wake up to at my alarm clock is the Ed Lover Show with Moni Love in the morning. This show is comes out of Atlanta. It's syndicated like 9 spots throughout the U.S.
Where do you hear this?
107.9.
It's on Boom. Right, yeah. I hear them doing
Yeah.
promos sometimes.
So it's a fantastic show. I mean, we grew up with Ed Lover.
Yeah, of course.
I really didn't know till now, like what an influence he is on me now with the way I bust balls and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and
of
it's just
course.
that goofy. I mean,
He's funny.
he set the bar. He's awesome. He's great in the mornings. It's old school hip hop that they play, and they do
Word.
a couple games too. And he fucks with Moni Love, so
Word.
it's all love. So if you're a hip hop fan, you just need something bullshit to wake up to in the morning. I mean, that's what I listen to. So, and you can check out if you go to edlovershow.com, you can find out where he's syndicated.
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
not, just go to that website.
Yeah, they
and
probably
you can
play
fucking
clips and
stream,
shit.
and you can stream it live, I guess, during the
Word.
day of. But that's my man, Ed Lover.
Yeah, Ed Lover's still hilarious because I haven't. He had some shows on Backspin on Sirius, and
Yes.
I don't know if he's still there, but he's funny as fuck.
He's the best, man.
Yeah.
He never lost it.
You're not finishing your cupcakes?
He just ate the tops. He's only giving out the
Yeah.
bottoms.
You offer me half a gimmick, man?
Half a pretzel, half a cupcake.
Yeah, so all right. My recommendation is a band. They're from Poland. I guess depending on your accent or the pronunciation's a little bit weird. It's it basically means cult of ghouls, but it's Coltes de Ghouls. It's black metal from Poland, but it's musically, I'm not gonna lie and say vocally, but musically very punk influenced. But you could say that about a lot of the black metal. Dark Throne, dudes like Fenriz were super influenced by punk rock. They admit it. They talk about Discharge all the time in the interviews. They're from Poland. Again, Cultus de Ghouls. They're the fucking rawest band. It's scary as fuck. They're legit on some devil worship shit. They're legit. It's not a work. It's like ancient rituals, demonic possession, witchcraft. It's some shit that would scare you, P, because you hate all of the scary.
The legit hell stuff. Yeah, I hate.
Yeah. So they have a band camp and shit. I tracked down their vinyl, but you can download their stuff on Bandcamp. You know, I guess you just pay right. They give you a suggested price on there, and then you know what I mean. So, Cultus de Ghouls, man. Gore-Tex from Nonfiction hipped me to them. The person who hipped him was Frank from Obituary, who passed away. So, R.I.P. Frank, and good looking to Gore. He hit me when we basically go back and forth all day trying to blow each other's mind with either old metal records that we think the other one didn't hear, but it's hard to get anything by him, or newer shit. These guys are newer. There's 3 records out. I have all 3 in terms of digital, and I have 2 of them on vinyl. But they're just fucking brutal, man. Brutal, scary band. So I've been listening to them a lot, especially writing lyrics for this new record I'm working on. So yeah, that's it. The OG has to.
Did Kathleen go?
She did it.
You go.
I was put on the spot. I didn't know I would be part of the.
Oh, you're part.
Oh, you're
gang's,
down.
You know, gimmick thing. So I didn't
It's like a
come
gang
prepared,
hose.
but I'm going to recommend Documentary Heaven. I've sent the link to some of you guys before, but it's a really nice website with documentaries of all different kinds. It's broken down by category. There's a lot of music on there, a lot of science, a lot of things people would be interested in all in one place. So if you're bored, you want to catch a documentary,
I'm a
you could
documentary
stream 'em
mark.
on the phone for free. There's no charge for any of these things. You don't have to download. You can just click and watch, and
That's dope.
there's a lot of really good stuff on there. So
Excellent.
check it out.
Documentary Heaven.
DocumentaryHeaven.com.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
OG.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Little backstory on mine. 3 years ago today, my one of my main homeboys passed away, and my recommendation is for everybody tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not next year. Call somebody that you care about. Tell them that they matter. It's super important. It's super important to take the time now while you have that time. And it's super important to let the people know who matter that they do matter. And, you know, I love everybody at this table. And I appreciate everybody who listens.
It's all good, Bubba.
And I just want to thank everybody. And it's really important to do these things and take the time while you have it. You be part of the change, man. You make the change and let that stuff, we've said it before, let that stuff filter down from, you know, from you. So be that person and make that call tomorrow, because you might not have it, you know, you might not have another opportunity to do it. Don't put it off. That's my recommendation for tonight.
My man. All right. Well, I can't follow that up. So with that said, we'll be back next week. 2 episodes a week. We're going to try, I think, next week. Love y'all. And BroadStreetBreakdown.com. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Hey.